gorgeous light beings, my healers, my star seeds, my light workers. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, the Pleiadian Priestess. Thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for allowing me to read for you today. Today's reading is going to be a little bit of a love reading, as I've been called to do more love readings lately. I thought I had left those in my past, but I'm afraid not. Spirit has been really pushing these kinds of readings to me lately, but I've been also trying to manage them with more and more spiritual content, and then my basic how do people view you, what's going on in the universe kind of energy. So today we're going to be getting into a, how do they feel versus how you feel dynamic based reading. So you're going to be on one side, they're going to be on one side, something like that. You know what I mean? I've already filmed it. It was quite juicy. Buckle up, buttercup, okay? And if there are any messages that do not resonate for you, please leave them in the reading. Leave them on the table. Leave them with me. Do not leave this reading or go into the comments with a chip on your shoulder because you heard something you didn't like. You know the situation better than even I do, okay? So if you feel like you're supposed to be with this person and you're going to wait for them and all this kind of rah-rah, and I'm saying the opposite, then by all means, wait for this person. It's up to you, okay? Tarot is just here to guide. It's not here to tell you what to do. And all energies in the reading are not fixed, okay? They're malleable. They can change by tomorrow. So let's see what comes through for you guys. We have 4 groups today, and they're about an hour long each. So like I said, buckle up, get a snack, get some water, relax, get comfortable. But yeah, choose what calls out to you the most, what feels comfortable to you. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people where at your reading. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 1, or however you found yourself here, welcome. I think I'm going to post this video after I post the sponsor video that I did with Otter Spirit, so I can show you guys the bracelets, and they're so cute. Look at them. They're so small. They look so cute. Don't mind my chunky arm. The camera makes it look worse than it is. But I think I did get a medium instead of a large, and I'm like, I should have definitely, specified a large, but that's fine, Anyway, today's reading is going to be about how do you feel versus how they feel, or how do they feel versus how you feel. Doesn't really matter. Flip it, reverse it. We're all going to get to the same conclusion at the end of the day. I don't know, love has been heavy on my mind, or when it comes to readings, if you couldn't tell. Like, I feel like I started this channel like, no, I'm staying away from love readings, and then lately I have been so super called to love readings. Like, how do they feel? Where is it going? What are they thinking? Will they come back? Like, all these ideas are bombarding me, and I'm like, excusez-moi, what's going on here? So I decided to touch on one of those topics and try to still give spiritual context, and then also still give the main character, how do they feel, how do people view you, energy that I always bring to the channel. So we're trying to mix things up today, but I felt called to do this, so we're going to listen to Spirit and do what they say. So I guess we're going to start off with like a you versus them thing, where we're going to get a card to represent you and then some cards to represent them, to see what we could pick up on. If you end up resonating with both sides, or the side that's supposed to represent your person, that is fine as well. You guys could be mirroring each other, or the energies are just flipped in this reading. Okay, you could also be remote viewing the reading as well, and you may feel called to another group. I'm not sure how many I'm doing of these, but let's see how this first one goes. So for my group 1 and their person, can we get a card to represent their person? This is the Supernatural Oracle. Okay, we have 2 for them. I'm not very familiar with the show. I just saw the deck. It was on sale, and I said, why the heck not? Okay, there's a book for a reason, right? My group 1s, can we get a card or cards to represent my group 1s, please, Spirit? No more than 2. No more than 2. Okay, you guys got 2, your person got 2, so maybe you guys balance each other out really well, or match each other's energy really well, or already you're, okay, so I forgot, guys, oh my gosh, okay, I heard when I was shuffling your reading and asking Spirit to tap me into your energy, I heard them say, or somebody say, I'm excited to know them. Like, when I was asking, how do they feel versus how you feel? And I heard the opposite, which is, I'm excited to get to know you, or I'm excited to get to know you more, okay? And as I was channeling that message, I was hearing the song, I was enchanted to meet you, please don't fall in love with someone else. Enchanted by Taylor Swift is coming through as well. So there's something here about them being enchanted, excited. They were enchanted to meet you, literally. When they met you, however you guys met, there was an enchanting energy surrounding you guys at that moment, okay? And they're excited to know more about you, or they're excited to know you. They're like just happy in general to know you, okay? So take whatever resonates for you. I almost forgot that part, but there is something here about you guys mirroring each other's energy. So like I said, you may have a lot in common with this person, and what will resonate for them may also resonate for you. So just be careful. This is them, this is you. Remember that. If you resonate with this, that's cool as well. But I'm, trying to distinctify whatever you want to call it, the energy as much as I can. So for your person, we have ghost facers, right? Ghost facers. And then we also have the bunker. So this person, the bunker, within and without the context of the show Supernatural, a bunker is some place where you find safety. It's somewhere you go when the world is going to ish, literally. So this person could represent someone that's safe. I also read this almost as the banker. So this person could like have some kind of wealth to them, some kind of money, some kind of prestige, that kind of thing. And also to have a fancy bunker like this, you kind of have to have money because outside of owning a home, you also have a bunker, and this bunker looks pretty big and spacious. So this person could live in a big house, or like I said, they have like a big income, whatever you want to call it, or a big package. I just heard. Okay, whatever. Please relax. We also have ghost facers, and I don't know, ghost face give me someone. This is ghost face. It's funny because not that long ago, I realized that the name of the Scream villain, his name is Ghostface. And I'm like, I grew up terrified of him. Like, I hate scary movies. I'm not a fan, never will be a fan. There's some that I can tolerate, but I'm just not a fan, okay? And my aunt, when I was growing up, loved all things scary movies. So she had us watching Freddy. She had us watching Chucky. She had us watching freaking Ghostface, whatever the Scream movies, and I'm like, you just use a heifer, okay? And I would have nightmares. I hate scary movies, but I thought his name was Scream. I had no idea his name was Ghostface. So this person could like scary movies, or you like scary movies, or Scream is important for something. But Ghostfacers is giving me that as well. This person likes the paranormal stuff. They like ghosts and goblins and ghouls and, supernatural paranormal kind of things, okay? I'm also hearing paranormal activity. But yeah, this person could be big into that stuff. That's confirmation for you or for them, okay? But Ghostfacers and bunker. This person's safe, or this person likes to delve into all things supernatural. That's something you guys have talked about, It's funny that I'm using the supernatural deck a lot. I mean, of course, but not everybody likes that, woo-woo, scary kind of stuff, okay? So let us get into that. I should have it out already. What am I doing? I should have the book out to read from these two guys. So this person could have like a split personality. This person could have a twin, something of that nature, because we have two people coming through. When I used this deck yesterday in a reading, it's certain cards that only have one person in them. But this has two people, so there's a group. Or you could be trying to hook up with two people at the same time. Period. Let me stop. Your person. And then for you, since we're here already, we have... Wow, this card just loves showing up, huh? We have Crossroads Demon. This showed up like twice in two readings yesterday. Like, what do you want from us? And then we have the Cult. Is this a gun? It is. That's a kind of... Let me not say that word, okay? Because you two be funny sometimes. Yeah, it's a firearm. Oh no, for this side I'm hearing firepower. Or she needs more firepower from Mushu, when he kind of like pretends to be some ancient dragon thing to make the tower at the Empress Palace give Mulan more fireworks to defeat the Huns, okay? So you could like Mulan, and this person likes scary paranormal stuff, okay? Quite the pair we have here, okay? Now let's get into the book for Ghostfacers. What page are they on? Ghostfacers. I remember this. Okay, let me stay on track. Okay, Ghostfacers is 45. Because I remember what this card said from yesterday, but these other ones are new. So for Ghostfacers, Ghostfacers. I'm sitting here saying Facers. That's crazy. Their name was Ghostfacers. Oh my gosh. Okay. Led by Harry Spangler and Ed Zedmore, the Ghostfacers were geeky paranormal investigators with handheld cameras and confessional reality TV style filming. As their theme song said, they faced the ghosts when others would not and stayed in the kitchen when the kitchen got hot. Oh gosh, this person is giving nerd, okay? Because that was like very nerdy thing, okay? Sam and Dean weren't their biggest fans, having to save them more than once, and the Ghostfacers weren't exactly thrilled about them either. Okay, so this is giving me someone who's an amateur, spiritual, freaky, paranormal person, and you're kind of giving someone who's more like advanced or like a master at it than them, because Dean and Sam are the main characters, and I think they're like, you know, more well versed or experienced in hunting ghosts and googly mooglies and things that go bump in the night than these people were. They were more so doing it for the fame, right? They were amateurs. I think that's what it said here, right? No, they didn't say amateurs, but they're giving more amateur vibes. So this person could be into what you're into, but not as deeply as you are. So you would be coming through as more of the nerd or more experienced in maybe some of the things that you guys talked about, you know, whether it's music, TV, whatever it is. There's something here about paranormal energy, and they're amateurs in it, your person, while you're like more of an expert in it. Ghostfaces weren't exactly thrilled either. In a comedic twist, when Sam and Dean's memories were temporarily erased by the angel Zachariah, they used the Ghostfaces website to learn how to hunt a ghost. Although their naivety put them in unnecessary danger, that's not even talk about poor Corbett. The Ghostfacers chased their dreams, even when their dreams chased them back. Period. Not everyone is going to understand you and your passions, but forget the facer haters. The greatest achievements come from those who aren't afraid to stand out. Yes, that's the energy coming through your person. Very much a go overachiever kind of thing, which would make a lot of sense why they're able to afford this, you know, bunker thing. This would also be the base of operations for, you know, Sam and Dean or somebody in the show, where all of them meet here is kind of giving, the best example I can come up with is in the shows that I watch, like The Flash, The Arrow. They all have like a something base, a home base, where everybody on the team that's trying to save the day all come together. So for example, for The Flash, his group, they are based in Star Labs. So whenever there's something going wrong, Barry, aka The Flash, is outside fighting crime while his friends are at the base on the big computers with all the cameras and all the, you know, the gear, helping him, talking in his ear. And the same can be said for Arrow, where his people are at, like, I think it ended up being a club, Verdant. They're at the bottom of the club, you know, with the computers and everything, tracking stuff and helping, you know, Oliver, you know, that kind of thing. So it's giving base of operations where everything happens, in the room where it happens, essentially. So this person could definitely be like more than an amateur in what they do, but they have like the money to back it up. They have the money and the time and the naivety, like they have the innocence, because someone who is like a vet at ghost hunting will kind of be more tired of it, because they're like, okay, this is my job, this is what I'm meant to do, it's not something I do for fun. While on the other hand, these guys over here are doing it for fun and TV and because they're passionate about it. So it's kind of like this person has a choice while you may not have a choice, you know. Anyway, the bunker, let's see what that's about. The bunker is 13. Past it. Come on now, stop giving me trouble. Now, the bunker was a safe house and compendium of all the knowledge and the artifacts the men of letters had obtained for over 1,000 years. A shooting range, a garage with classic cars, and a dungeon all made it the perfect headquarters. Dean was particularly excited when he and Sam moved in, because for the first time he'd have his own room with a kick-ass vinyl records and a killer mattress that remembered him. He didn't have many belongings, but everything there was special, including the picture of him and his mom on his desk. The bunker is calling you to inventory your space. Okay, we're not over here for. So the bunker is definitely giving some place where you have space. Like it says, Dean was excited because he got to have his own room for the first time. He didn't have many things, but he was able to have like a home base. Okay, so this person is a safe house. Okay, and whatever a compendium is. Okay. So this person is, like I said, more novice or naive, or they haven't been, what's the word that I'm looking for? Scorned by what they're doing to the point of being fed up or just like, hardened, you know? how someone goes off to war happy and excited to be, shooting those things at people. And, they think of it as a video game against a war-hardened soldier that comes back, and it's like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. That person has trauma, and that person has stories and scars, and these people are still, it's like a game for them. So this person could like be a nerd and like playing video games and stuff like that. This person could play video games for the things you actually do, right? Okay, now we're gonna get into you. Now, like I was saying here, the crossroads demon is like, they're like, you have to plant a seed and call upon the demon, and they come and help you. They grant a wish, but something about them is creepy and is scary and sneaky. So be careful what they say. And somebody told Dean or Sam, if it sounds too good to be true, it most likely is. That's what they said in this card here. So you can kind of represent a scary demon, like someone, like I said, who is more of an expert in a area of expertise, or not even an area of expertise. You're more of an expert in a certain area, okay? And this person sees that, they value that, and there's something about you that's a little scary and intimidating because of that, right? So you're more experienced than they are, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm scared now to talk to this person or to have a conversation with them. Now the crossroads demon is 21. Let's see what that has to say. It says, in the countryside lies a crossroad where a red-eyed demon waited with a time-stamped deal sealed with a kiss. Digging a hole dead center and burying a box with one's photo, some graveyard dirt, and a bone from a black cat would summon one of these demons. But buyer beware, they are masterful manipulators. So you are a master what you do, but you can also come off a little bit manipulative, or people think that you outsmart them quite easily, or they can't outsmart you. Now it says, let the crossroad demons be a warning. Although the deal may seem auspicious to the summoner in the moment, the heavy price of doing business is their soul. Ooh, don't be ensnared by quick fixes. So you're giving soul snatcher, right? There's something very ominous about you in this spread here. So this person could be scared of you, or they could be younger than you, or you have more experience in some area than they do, which makes you a little intimidating, okay? I don't want to keep reading, but don't be ensnared by quick fixes and false promises. The situation may look favorable now, but like a desert mirage, it's an illusion. So this person could be thinking that you're too good to be true as well, okay? The next one we have, I'm interested in the cult, for real. So the cult has to be more back, right? No? Yeah, maybe like right here. Yeah. So created by Samuel Colt in 1835, the Colt was a game-changing weapon in the hands of the Winchesters. According to legend, it could kill anything within 5 exceptions. With 5 exceptions, Lucifer being one of them. With the Colt in your possession, it'd be hard not to feel invincible. Yeah, you're coming through as someone who's like hard to beat, who's way leagues above them, right? Which is kind of why the song was coming through. I was enchanted to meet you. And I believe that song was like Taylor Swift's ode, or to, what's his name, one of the people she liked in a band, right? I think he was from like the 1975. I forget his actual name, but she met him and she was like, enchanting. It's kind of like, are you real? How are you real? That kind of thing, okay? A sense of independence is great, but be wary of its potential to morph into overconfidence, so they could think you're overconfident. The phrase, I will fear no evil, is inscribed in Latin on the barrel of the Colt. Take a moment to evaluate the impact fear has on your decisions. Interesting. So you're coming through as someone who is invincible, or has the powers to be invincible or kill anything or beat anything, right? You're coming through as someone who has gone through a lot and has come on the other side, which is kind of like giving a war-hardened criminal, if I might add. So this person's giving a novice to your expert, okay? Now, we're going to move on, or like put these cards somewhere else and get into how they feel versus how you feel. So at least if you came for how they feel, you'll kind of get that first. So please, Spirit, tap me into their person's energy. How do they feel for my group ones, or how do they feel in general about a situation? That's what they're here watching for. How do they feel, please? How does the person feel for my group ones? We have the 5 of Wands, a competitive energy. Why am I not surprised? Maybe I should bring it this way so you can see it while I'm still shuffling. 5 of Wands. We have 10 of Cups. Wow. This person likes challenging you. This person likes teasing you. This person likes trying to one-up you. This person likes brainstorming or just working with you in general. Getting to learn the brilliance of who you are, especially if you work with them, okay? I'll take this one. These ones can stay. We have the Tower in reverse. Yeah, there's something about you being able to fix things or soothing them in some kind of way. It's kind of like you tear them down to build them back up. The Tower is definitely an energy of don't get too comfortable, okay? There's things you still need to fix, but it's coming out in reverse. So even though you do maybe tear them down or put them in their place, you do kind of put them back together in a way, if you will, okay? One more card. How does your person feel for my group ones? Please, the Ten of Cups makes them feel like invincible. Like, Judgment is definitely giving they were meant to meet you. And then we have Ten of Pentacles. Wow. We have Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. That's crazy. Are you already like settled down with this person, like in a relationship, full blown, going steady kind of energy? Because that's the vibe that's coming through here. That's what they want. That's how they feel with you. It's kind of like, I see you at the end of the future. You're my future. It's kind of giving me how Chris Evans, in the most recent movie he's in, The Materialist, with Dakota Johnson and Pedro Pascal, he says in the scene, when I look at you, I see you with wrinkles and I see a future or something like that with you have gray hair, you're wrinkled, and with kids that look like you. I'm not saying it as romantic or as eloquently as he did in the movie, but it's like that vibe. When they look at you, they see their future. You know, they see kids that look like you. They see you with wrinkles, gray hair, stuff like that. And I remember I was watching like press for the movie before it came out, and Chris was like, he hated that line because no girl wants to hear, when I look at you, I see gray hair and wrinkles. Like, excuse me, but it's supposed to be romantic in a way of, I see this lasting forever. We're going the long run. But he also followed it up with, and I see kids that look like you. So it's kind of like a give and take. And he said the director refused to change it, you know? So that's coming through for you guys. This person definitely sees a long road. They like fighting with you, going back and forth conversations. Whether you agree or not, there's something here about them liking the banter, okay? Five of Wands can definitely make banter. And especially if you work in like a close setting with them or something, or you guys like the same things, you're playing a video game together, there's something about them loving, trying to one-up you. There's competitiveness here with this person, so be careful. It could be a little vindictive or it could be innocent. You never really know with people out here in these streets, okay? You never know. Some people, it's cute and everything, but other people is like more vindictive and they just want to one-up you, right? So then we have this for your person. So I guess we'll put these over here so we can start pulling for you. I don't want this to be incredibly long. But the Judgment card is definitely an energy of test. This person thinks you're placed in their life for a reason. You are a test of sorts to maybe make them better, you know, because you challenge them. So when you challenge someone, they have no choice but to, you know, challenge you back or try to beat you. And this person's kind of like, you represent that for them. Okay, and Ten of Pentacles is definitely giving at home, your Christmas to them, okay? That song is coming through by Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. You make it feel like Christmas. Now that song is old, but that's the version I hear when I hear that song, the Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton version, okay? So that's how this person's feeling for you right now. Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, that's powerful energy. Let us see how you're feeling. Basically, the whole reason behind this is to see if you guys are feeling the same, okay? My group ones, how are they feeling for their person, or how are they feeling in general, okay? This person could also be feeling like they have to fight for you. This Wands energy is like supposed to represent like sci-fi and adventure and science in this deck, because each suit represents a different universe. I believe she made these cards to be. So the Pentacles is supposed to be suburbia. The Wands is supposed to be like fantasy world. The Cups is supposed to be, I forget, like a witchy kind of thing. Like a fantasy where she's trying to help some wolves, something like that. There was a whole explanation in the book, but each suit represents a different world, you know, and they all kind of come together to represent someone's overall, you know, movie arc, I guess you could say. But the Tower in the verse is definitely giving like, it's like a spy movie. Everything is falling apart, right? And she's like a spy and everything, you know, so this person could think you were kind of placed, like I said, in their life for a reason. Or you make them want to know everything about you. But the Five of Wands is definitely giving like, is it Kita or something? It was a movie, an anime movie with, we have Ace of Cups on, that's so cute. It was an anime movie with Scarlett Johansson where she was like a artificial body kind of thing, And the only thing missing from this card is a head. So maybe you make this person think they're aimless, they're headless, like their head was like cut off and it's like flying away somewhere. It's kind of like a cat got your nose or cat got your tongue kind of thing, where some part of them seems to be like missing when they're around you. Like their head is gone, their brain, they can't function properly, right? Here we have the patient witch. So there's an energy here of you liking them but waiting on them to maybe make a move, okay? Because the hangman energy is someone who's hanging back in the cut, not making any moves, not really doing anything, you know? And this person's the Five of Wands, so maybe you are making them feel like they have to fight for you. Nine of Pentacles is funny because they came out as Ten of Pentacles, but you're still like on the fence because Nine of Pentacles is still powerful energy, but it's not as potent as a Ten of Pentacles. But you do feel content and safe and happy with them. But this person's a little farther along in the feeling journey than you are, I would say. Group 1, how are they feeling? How do they feel? But you have a crush, okay? Your interest has been piqued with this person. Right now, you are in a very Nine of Pentacles, I'm good on my own kind of energy, but there could still be a part of you that wants love. That's the only thing that's missing. Yes, exactly. How could I forget? The Nine of Pentacles is my bachelorette card. It's someone who has the house, has a job, has everything in their life together. Now all they're waiting for is that extra pentacle that will make Ten of Pentacles, which is getting married, having kids, moving in with someone, sharing your life with someone, okay? That's the only thing that's missing. But right now you're giving Nine of Pentacles. You're ready to make that leap and that fit and that jump, which is why you're kind of waiting in the cut for your person to come through. It could be this person, and it is giving an energy of having all your ducks in a row, because the colt here, remember, is a device that is, you know, that was made, okay, or forged to kill anything except 5 things, right? And it's funny how the devil's one of the things that it can't kill, or Lucifer, you know, specifically, because that's a person, not just a thing. But yeah, the devil in the tarot represents addictions. It represents things that hold us back, you know, stuff we can't run away from, our demons, literally. And that's something that this cult ruins everything but that. So there can be an energy here of you like being held back by your fears or your obsessions or your hang-ups or your addictions or your negative thought processes or things that kind of hold you back, because you have the cult and you can do anything you want except get rid of overthinking or not feeling good enough. Stuff like that is what the devil rules over, right? Temptation, you know what I mean? This is very interesting. So this person kind of like sees, like I said, invincible in some kind of way, but there's still things that kind of peek through that makes you human, okay? How do my group ones feel about this person? And then we have the High Priestess. Interesting. These energies could be representing how you guys view each other, how you view the connection. They got 5, so we'll take one more for my group ones, please. How do they feel for their person? How do they feel for their person? Or how do they feel in general? How about that? That was way too many cards. Relax. You guys are both getting a lot of Major Arcana as well, which is something that is, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. The one freaking pentacle you're missing to get 10 of Pentacles. That's hilarious. I love this reading, okay? The energy here feels very refreshing, or it's just me, because yesterday, I don't know what was going on, but I was so out of it when I was doing those readings. I had to watch them back to make sure that I was making sense or talking sense, okay? And then I'm like, I didn't want to post it, but I posted it anyway. So be nice to me on my last reading, guys. Okay? I know it wasn't the best, but I tried. I don't know what it was, but I feel like refreshed in this reading. Like, oh my gosh, something is happening. Something new is happening. Or something exciting is happening, where I'm fully awake and waiting to see what's happening with wide eyes, you know? Wide, not white, wide eyes. Okay? Trying to take in everything. Let us see what else is coming through for your person. Let's move this over a little more so you can still see them. And then we have you coming through. So this person is representing new beginnings, or you're feeling like a lot of new beginnings are coming into your life at this moment, because we have Ace of Cups, which is new emotional journeys. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is new financial material journeys. So work could be going good. And now you met this new person. They're kind of stirring your feelings and life seems to be going really well. But we also do have the High Priestess here and the Hangman, and they are energies of like keeping to yourself, if you will, and they're both Pisces, which is very funny. The Hangman is Pisces energy, and so is the High Priestess, and the Pisces energy is all about being in the shadow. So you could be hiding these things from this person, also very much in your head. The High Priestess gives me someone who's very much in her head, On 1 minute, things seem clear. The next minute, you're kind of unsure of things, and things seem really dark and bleak. So you could be going in a constant back and forth of, should I be with them? Do I like them? Do they like me? And the high priestess is telling you, yes, they do like you. But then you get those overthinking, and the devil comes in saying, no, they don't. And you're kind of in that energy of maybe pausing, putting a pause in the connection, or pausing the feelings before they get even deeper, and figuring out what's going on, okay? I'm hearing that song, you know what is what, but you don't know what is what. What song is that? A tiger, don't lose no sleep, don't need opinions from a shellfish or a sheep. Don't you come for me, no, not today. That's a song by Katy Perry. It's complicated, cause you're retired, and I got you down. You're about as tired as an old coupon expired. She really was coming for someone. You know what? I think she released that Swish Swish is the name of the song. It just came through. But I believe she released that song when she was in a beef with Taylor Swift. When her and Taylor Swift was still in a beef, she released Swish Swish and got Nicki on it. And she was just like dissing everybody on that song. It was like a diss track or whatever. And I'm like, this is why pop girlies are not meant to do diss tracks. What y'all talking about in this song, child? Okay. But anyways, I was listening to it earlier, and it was a good bop. It's a good bop, okay. But the beginning starts off, a tiger doesn't lose no sleep. It doesn't need opinions from a shellfish or a sheep. Don't you come for me, no, not today, okay? So definitely putting someone in their place. You could be putting yourself in your place. You could definitely be putting this person in their place, because they're giving someone who is not as mature as you. So it's definitely giving someone who could be younger than you, okay? Like I said earlier, they're not as mature or evolved, or they're not in the Nine of Pentacles where you are. So you're kind of like ready to jump in and get that extra pentacle and go running to the altar, and they're kind of like, wait, I still need more time. So the Tower card here represents something they weren't expecting as well. You're representing, or they're feeling like, I don't really know what to do. A Tower moment is where you're like spiraling a little bit, and you're kind of spiraling on your end as well. So you guys are both spiraling, but in different ways, okay? Fundamentally, their life could be spiraling and things are falling apart, and you just came along and you're not making it worse, because they have no house, they have no money, they have no prospects, they have no nothing going for them, and you have everything going for you. And they're like, the universe, why would you do this? With the Judgment card coming through here, why would you give me everything that I want in a person, knowing I'm not in a place to take it, to accept it? You know what I mean? So they're spiraling in one way, you're spiraling another way, because they're not responding or doing what you want them to do. And now it's kind of like, do they even like me? Right? It's the vibe coming through here. But Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, pause and savor the results of your success. You're definitely experiencing some success right now. The Ace of Cups says, do you feel that in your heart? That's potential, my dear, right? So you're feeling like there's potential here in this connection. Let's move these over a little bit more to make space. I didn't realize you couldn't see the Hangman this whole time. I apologize. I'm never really looking at the screen when I'm channeling. I'm just talking, as I'm sure you've noticed. Okay, the Patient Witch, the Hangman says, learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. So you are definitely in a waiting phase of this connection, or in your life right now where you're waiting for this love to come in. And right now, the Ace of Cups can also represent pouring into yourself and representing self-love. Okay, so you're making sure you're good before you meet someone. And this person's kind of like looking at you as someone's a little bit on a pedestal, right? You're this person who knows everything. The High Priestess has a reputation for knowing everything, you know, not being a know-it-all, but there's things that she knows that you'll never know. So like I said, but especially when it comes to spiritual things, this person could be a novice when it comes to spiritual things, and you're like kind of a little bit of an expert, and they're just trying to understand where they fit or how they'll fit in your life, because they're feeling a little insecure, and you feel like you're waiting forever for them to make a decision or make things known, or you're just waiting around forever for something to happen, this Ace of Pentacles to come in. But you do feel potential. Okay, wow, what an abundant opportunity. What an abundant opportunity. You see potential in this person, honestly. And the High Priestess means you could be getting readings done, or doing your own readings, watching readings as you are right now on this person. And they're just like, I'm just trying to figure my life out at this point. But with two aces coming through here, you definitely, like, there's potential here for new, fresh beginnings, okay? This could still be a new, fresh connection as well, because I feel like we would have had, like, more deeper feelings or emotions if you'd known them for a while. These are still, like, the beginning stages of, you know, falling for someone or something, okay? Now, let us see if we can get any more information about this connection. Where is the deck I'm looking for? I'm like, it's right in front of my face and I can't see it. That could be something you're dealing with as well. Something is right in front of your face and you can't see it. That's very much High Priestess energy. You have all the answers, but you're still second guessing yourself. It's kind of like the High Priestess and the Hangman are completely different energies, because one is, yes, Pisces. They're both Pisces, but one is having the answers and the other is still having to wait for the answer. So you know what the deal is, but there's something here about you waiting around for something, you know, still. Even though the answer's right in front of your face and you know deep down what the answer is, you're still waiting for maybe a confirmation or some kind of closure or a clear yes or a clear no, which is understandable, because I be getting that way too, child. Just because you're a spiritual and you're a high priestess doesn't mean you have all the answers, okay? Here we have moving. Somebody could be in the process of moving. We have change of residence, moving in with your partner. Some of you could be wanting to move in with your partner, especially if you are someone who is already like definitely in deep with them. This person, I feel like their feelings like are running a tad deeper than yours, so they're seeing the picture, the bigger picture more than you are. You're kind of like stuck in the little minor details, and they're seeing bigger picture thinking or bigger picture things. So for example, you're stuck in the, why they're not calling me, why they're not texting me, do they even like me, where are they, you know, that little stuff. That's the small stuff. This person is like, I have to work, I have to save, I have to be worthy of this person, I don't have time to text them. And they're thinking of the big picture, marriage. This person, I want to marry them, I want to have kids with them, I want to move in with them, I want to be able to afford their lifestyle, to please them, to treat them. And you're just like, why aren't they texting me? Do they even like me? And your intuition's like, yeah, they do. But you're like, no, they're not showing it. And this person's over here is like, work, 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 work. You know, it's kind of like this SpongeBob episode where he's like trying to help Squidward impress his William, his old college buddy, whatever. And he's like, all he knows is fine dining and breathing. And then when Squilliam asks him his name, because he does so well at the restaurant, he's like, name? What's my name? And he like trashes his whole brain house, if you will, trying to figure out his name, but he can't remember his name. And he's like malfunctioning is kind of the vibe going through. You know your name, group 1, sorry. You freaking know your name. Stand up. Let me stop. You know your name. So why are you sitting here like, you know, stressing over the minor details? This person's focusing on bigger picture things and you're focusing on the small things. You fix the way you're seeing things, your perspective. And it's funny because the Hangman is seeing things from a different perspective as well. So you're trying to. Wow, this reading's going crazy. I love it. What else do we need to know about this connection or their feelings? What else do we need to know? Please, Spirit, what else do we need to know? You're about as tired as an old coupon expired, and karma's not a liar. She keeps receipts. We have pregnancy. Look, they're thinking about moving in. They're thinking about having kids with you and how they're going to afford that and how they're going to afford college tuition and how they're going to afford diapers and a crib and all these things. You're just worried about, do they even like me? Yeah, I don't know. I think some of you need to have like a deeper reading about this person, because it's going to be, of course, everyone is dealing with different circumstances, right? But that's how Spirit is showing me the comparison here. You're looking at the small, stupid details, and this person is looking at the big ones, you know? It's like you're on two different wavelengths, because you guys see the proof is in the reading. We have 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, right? And we have Judgment, which is representing your inner calling, soul's calling. You feel drawn to someone like they're your destiny. Like you were called to them, like you were meant to meet them kind of energy. They're on a different wavelength than you are, because you're just like only in the beginning stage of seeing what could be, and they're already seeing what is and what will be, and they're trying to kind of manifest that for you guys. And you're over here like, do you like me? Why no text me back? I'm sorry. I'm not making fun of you guys, but that's like the difference in these two energies here. One is like more complex and one is more simple, you know? And like, and there's nothing wrong with simple. You have your feelings and everyone is entitled to their feelings. But guys, look at the big picture thinking. Stop worrying about now, okay? We have pregnancy, someone is expecting. So this person is trying to get to this point where they're able to offer you all these things, right? This could also be someone who's stuck in like work or creative endeavors as well. Because pregnancy is more than just having an actual physical human baby. It could be about cultivating, working on things, building, you know? making stronger. Here we have Mercury retrograde, and I believe Mercury retrograde is coming up pretty soon if we're not already in the shadow phase of it. So someone could be coming back soon. Communication issues are definitely a thing, this connection. This person could have a hard time communicating with you, or they're not communicating with you at all because they're too busy working on these future endeavor things to come and bring to you because they don't feel they have enough to bring you right now. And you're worried about, oh, do you even like me anymore kind of thing. Like I said, two different wavelengths you guys are on in this reading here. But communication issues are definitely a thing. It says electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. That could be what you're doing. This is kind of coming out over here. This person's worried about moving and pregnancy. You're worried about communication issues. Like I said, cats and dogs, apples and oranges. One more card, please, Spirit. What's going on in the connection? How about that? We have intimacy. There's something here about that. Maybe you want more intimacy with this person. Maybe you want to talk to them more. You want those long on the phone conversations. You want to get to know everything about them, but this person can't get there yet because they're focused on other things in their life right now. You know, sad to say. Here we have challenges. There is challenges going through. We have sexuality, then we have caution. The only one coming out in reverse. Why is this here? Caution says, find out more information. Don't overwork yourself exactly. Stop overthinking things, group one. I think you are the overthinker here since we have the hangman and the high priestess over here for you. Stop overthinking. This person isn't doing it. They're working and they're hustling and they're struggling and, you know, moving along, challenging themselves to be, you know, better at something or to be able to offer you more things, right? It's kind of like a wife crying saying, why is my husband doesn't love me anymore? Because he's not like kissing up on me. And, you know, when he's out working, trying to make sure you have a roof over your head, it's kind of like apples and oranges. Your feelings are so valid, group one, but it's like, let's have some perspective here, okay? Look at things from a different perspective, okay? Or ask a question, something like that. Bring it to their attention. Communication is key, please. Mercury retrograde means you're not saying how you're feeling with this person. Maybe if you did, you would be able to get some clarity, okay? And like I said, if someone, like I say in all the readings, if someone is not providing you clarity, then it's time for you to leave and move on. If they come back around, cool, right? But if they're not providing you the clarity you need right now and you ask them for it and they're not giving it to you, cool. If you haven't asked, then ask. And then if they don't give it to you, move on. If they do say, okay, I do like you, but I'm trying to work on something right now and I don't really have a time for a relationship, maybe we could revisit this later on down the line, cool. But at that point, end it. Do not be pining for this person. And then whenever they do come back, if they do come back, cool. But if they can't give you what you need right now, then it's time for you to move on. Put yourself first. You know, what is it called? Pour into yourself. Now, Mercury retrograde, we have sexuality coming through here. Someone could be struggling with their sexuality as well. Maybe you have given them like a sexual awakening energy where they were never like sexually driven person. They never really cared about that physical intimacy in general, but now they do, or you do, or this person does, you know. This could also mean that maybe this person was only used to dating girls. Now you sparked their interest in guys, that kind of thing. And that's also something they could be struggling with since challenges and sexuality did come out together, okay? But we do have intimacy. You want more intimacy with this person. This person could want more physicality and intimacy at the same time, but they can't give it to you right now for whatever reason. But caution, definitely stop overthinking things, guys. They are very attracted to you. They want, I'm hearing sexual healing. If that don't stop coming through, that came through in another reading the other day. Group one, can we have any closing messages? What else do we need to know? How are they feeling? We have gifts. This person is trying to afford you, right? They think they can't afford you. They want to give you gifts and spoil you in some kind of way, but they can't right now. Or they are, what do you call it? Plotting that. They want to give you gifts or give you something. You know, they want to be able to give you something. Because you're coming through as Nine of Pentacles, which means they don't really need to give you anything. You have all the things you need, but they still want to give it to you. We have distance. There could be physical distance or emotional distance in the connection. That's another confirmation. Besides the Mercury retrograde, anything else we need to know? Too many cards. This is sticking out. We have soar. This person could be focused on career, trying to soar right now. This went longer than I thought it was going to go. That's fine. This person could be trying to, like, yeah, career keeps coming through, soar in their career. They could be trying to find a place to move to, you know, trying to find a place to stay in general. They want to live on their own. That could be something they're focusing on right now. And while they do like you and they're focused on you as well, some things come before relationships, honestly, okay? Here we have anticipation, but they're waiting for they're waiting
and anticipating. They're holding their breath in anticipation for the moment they could finally come to you and give you something like substantial here. 10 of Pentacles, worthy. Anticipation. They're excited for the day they get to claim you as theirs territory. They are territorial. This is very interesting here, guys, because either you or them are very territorial of the other person, but nothing is really moving along the connection. It could be, and I could be imposing my opinion, honestly, but I feel like there's something here about maybe having set clear boundaries with this person. But they are very territorial. Like, this territory is kind of giving me a little bit of Romeo and Juliet or West Side Story, where you come from one territory and they come from another, and there's something separating you from that, which could be distance, it could be culture, it could be religion, it could be worldviews, something like that, which is why you're being asked to see something from a different perspective. Maybe this person's in a very masculine or a traditional masculine lens, where I have to provide and I have to be able to buy or pay for all the dates, and I'm going to be the man of the house or whatever. And you're seeing it as, I'm a strong woman, I could pay for my own way. But they're like, no, where I come from, this is what I have to do. And it's time for you to maybe see things from their perspective and say, oh, okay, I understand you want to provide for me. That's fine. I'll be a little bit more patient. You know what I mean? But the Hangman is saying it's sometimes called a patient witch. I mean, it is called a patient witch in this reading. So you're trying to be patient, guys, okay? You're trying to be patient, but patience is the hardest thing in the world for me. So I understand. Okay, I hate having to wait for things. Like, don't tell me this thing is coming. Do not introduce me to this fine man if I'm not going to be able to have him right now. I'm going to have to wait weeks and months and years down the line. I don't have the patience for that. Give him to me when he's ready to settle down. That's it. Because I'm ready to settle down. You're ready to settle down. Stop playing in our faces, spirit. Like, sure, piss me off. Anyway, I'm going to leave you reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. This territory could also represent coming from different backgrounds as well. Like I said, there's a barrier between you guys, keeping you on your side and them on their side. Like, it is giving me the Capulets and the Capulets and the Montagues. I'm like, oh, what are they called? In Romeo and Juliet, like West Side Story, one of them is like the Mexican gang and the other people is the white people gang, you know, that kind of energy's coming through. But yeah, if you did, if you really like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe, we'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading, I have to remember. You can always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. Also, remember, if you want to get these gorgeous bracelets as well, or your own personal pack for your own personal goals, go check out Otter Spirit, okay? My link and also my discount code will be in the description box below if you want to look up something. Also, feel free to offer that code to a loved one or a friend who may be looking for bracelets as well, because they're so cute. I promise. They're beautiful and they're great quality, guys. I'll never lie to y'all, okay? I tell a joke, but I'm never gonna lie. Okay, but I love you guys as always, and as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.
Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 2, or if you find yourself here, welcome. Today's reading is going to be about how do they feel versus how you feel. We're going to do a you versus them versus you kind of spread today. It worked very well for group 1. I don't think I've done this kind of setup on my channel before where I did a you versus them kind of scenario, but it was really fun. I loved it. So let's get into it. I've been in the mood to be doing really lovey-dovey readings right lately. I don't know why. I started this channel to, you know, move away from love readings. That's all I did on my last channel. And I'm like, okay, I'm sick of it. I need something new. But I guess because I've been focusing elsewhere, the love is like just coming in, or maybe there's just a lot of love coming into the collective for you guys, you know? So let's get into it. Okay, how do they feel versus how you feel? We're going to start with some cards from the Supernatural Oracle. But if you watch my last reading where I did went through the bracelets from Otter Spirit, these are them on me, okay? Just don't mind my fat arm. But look, they're so cute. They look so good. Like, I just love their bracelets so much. I don't know. So if you are interested in getting some of your own with your own intentions, they have love, they have money, they have luck, they have good luck, you know what I mean? They have success, they have calm, like all those kind of things. They have a lot of, intention packs on their channel. I think they have a channel on their website, but if you want to purchase anything and you consider or want to, or know someone who wants to, I have a code SHA20 you can use to check out, or you can use the link that is in the description box below for you guys, okay? Share it with people who are into crystals, your crystal friends, okay? I promise they won't be disappointed. So Can I get a card, please, to represent my group 2's person? So I will be doing them versus you. If you feel like you resonate with this side as well, that's fine. You could be mirroring your person, or you guys are just alike in that regard. Okay, you're very similar as people on a fundamental level, which would make sense because that's why you may be attracted to them or want to be with them. But I intend this side to be them, this side to be you. Okay? So can we get some cards to represent group 2's person, please, Spirit? The person on their mind, the person they're watching this reading for, who are they? Okay, thank God it's only one card. Ugh. Wow, this card came through group 1 in the same position for your person. Some of you could be from group 1, or I did mention if you felt called to another group in group 1 to watch this one. This is for you. Okay. So let's get into the energies, I guess, just to make sure this is your reading. So this is them as a reminder, and this is you. So for your person, we have the bunker, which when I first saw the card without knowing the context of the card, because I've never watched Supernatural Day in my life. I was a big scaredy cat when I was younger, and Supernatural was too scary for me, okay? Now I think I could probably watch it, but I haven't started yet, because there's like 10 or something seasons. I'm like, you know what? If I'm ever desperate to watch a show and I need to get into something, maybe Supernatural is my best bet. But until then, I still have other shows that I want to watch instead of that one. But back to what I was saying. The bunker came out and I was like, it's giving like safety. It's giving protection. It's giving someone of worth, someone of value, someone who may have money, someone who like represents a safety net for you, someone you feel safe around, okay? Someone who could be like I'm hearing someone who's like built. So people feel safe around them, or their energy is very intimidating or fierce, like mama bear, papa bear, protective vibes, and people feel safe around them. It's giving luxury. This person could like luxury things, or you like luxury things. Okay, but in order for someone to have a bunker outside of their home, you know, because homes are by themselves are very expensive, for you to have a bunker on top of that means you may have some means. Okay, this person has a good job, or they have a house where there's like a basement that's like for protective things. This person could have like a protective job. I heard like CIA, or like a spy, or a government official, something like that, a judge even. That's something that's coming through this person to represent those things. Okay, but the bunker is definitely giving me like a safe place to hide away from the rest of the world. And I'm pretty sure like the reference or example that I used in group 1 was how in certain shows that I watch, like The Arrow or The Flash, they have like a base of operations, right? They have a team hangout where everybody from their team that helps them defeat evil or, you know, fight justice or be superheroes are based. So in The Flash, it was like Star Labs. All the computers were there. The outfits were there. And it's like very private. No one knows where it is kind of thing. So this person could be very private. But I don't know. For this group, I'm getting a little bit of like a Bruce Wayne / Batman type of energy. I can't explain it. I don't know why or where it's coming from, but I'm getting that vibe. Okay, I saw Flash with Batman, how he has his like, you know, bat cave, I think it's called, or lair, and then Superman has his fortress of solitude, like a place where someone can like be protected. That means that they have like some kind of power or money. Okay, because a regular everyday person does not have a bunker. They may have a man cave or a girl cave. So if you want to dumb it down or just to bring it down a few notches to them not being the richest person alive, like Bruce Wayne, or someone who has like superpowers to be in the tundra, Arctic tundra, and not freeze to death in their fortress of solitude, or to be a superhero that has money or means, then it's giving a man cave, girl cave, right? They have a space that's designated for them, or they represent that space where people can come together and like be themselves or save the day, save the world, kind of energy about them. Okay, so the bunker is a place where you feel safe, but for you, oh my gosh, safe and like yourself. Lord, gosh, okay. And look at this table. It's definitely like meetings. This person could be in like business, you know. Like they are giving very important person, VIP, CEO, judge, government official, you know, what is it called? Vigilante. Because Batman was a CEO by day, and then he was a super crime fighting villain. Not villain. What am I saying? Sorry. Sometimes I'll be thinking I have a love and hate relationship with Batman. He's not my favorite. I love Superman. I'm a Superman girl, okay? I love the cookie, clean cutter guy. I don't want the broody guy that doesn't want to open up and thinks he's, you know, closed off. That could be the guy you have here, which is why he has a bunker, because it's hidden away from everyone else. So people don't really know who they truly are because they hide, okay?
Superman just needed his fortress of solitude because he was out saving the day. You know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, now I'm done. This person could like give like anti-hero gray area vibes where they have like an air of danger to them, you know. Who knows? They could be a vigilante. The world may never know, right? So let me read from the book. Where's the book? I know I took it out. Did I put it back? Why would I do that? No, it's right there. Okay. Give me a second. Oh boy. Okay, relax. Like, what are we doing right now? Don't mind me. So the bunker, we're going to finish off your person and move over to you. The bunker is 13. I'm waiting for somebody to Castiel. I know him. I know the characters of the show, but I don't really know who they are. But these give really good rundowns of the person. So the bunker was a safe house and a compendium of all the knowledge and artifacts the men of letters had obtained for over 1,000 years. So it is also giving kind of secret society, you know. And what I'm also getting is like a watcher vibe. This person could also be giving Giles. So they're giving quiet and observant, also a little studious, a little nerdy, but they also have like a very sexy grown man air to that nerdiness they carry around, you know, because it's kind of giving me the library and Buffy and how that was also their base of operations, but no one knew that because Giles was, what is it called, daylighting, something lighting, moonlighting. I think he was moonlighting as a librarian in the school to be close to Buffy whenever she needed him. He was playing the librarian and he like had all his, you know, books there, so whenever she ran into trouble she would run to his place. And then I believe throughout the seasons, like up to season 3, before the school like blew up because of the freaking mayor, that was their base of operations. So I think he opened up like his own spiritual shop in this town or whatever, and that's where they started doing stuff from. But it's definitely giving me library vibes. So this person could be in the library all the time. That's their bunker. If this is someone who doesn't really have money to have their own personal bunker, or they have a man cave or whatever, the library is their safe space. But in and of themselves, they are a safe space onto themselves and others. That's the energy they carry around. So when you come to when you need help, Giles to Buffy, okay, what was his name? His name was not Jenkins. Spirit is rude. It's not Jeffries either, but his butler's name to Batman, right? The Arrow to his friends that helped him, the Flash to his crew that helped him, that kind of thing. Okay. That is funny. His name was not Jenkins. His name was not Jeffries. Like, what was his butler's name? I know it. It's like a very British guy. Okay, we're not going to dwell on that. Anywho. A shooting range, a garage with classic cars, and a dungeon all made it the perfect headquarters, okay? Dean was particularly excited when he and Sam moved in because for the first time he'd have his own room with kick-ass vinyl records and a killer mattress that remembered him. So there could be a vibe of this person liking their creature comforts. And I did believe I said something about luxuries earlier, so that could be coming through again. He didn't have many belongings, but everything there was special, including the picture of him and his mom on his desk, okay? The bunker is calling you to inventory your space. This could also mean this is someone who likes their space, okay? They could like to be, they're a solitary creature for the most part, which is why they're kind of coming off as quiet and observant, right? When you need their help, they'll come and help you, but for the most part, they're reserved. They keep to themselves. It's who this person's coming through as, okay? A very clean person, because if anything, this is like a very clean headquarters, you know? I'm not trying to gender cast or gender type your person, but because, you know, energy is energy, whether it's masculine or feminine, it is not a gender, right? But men are not usually known for being clean. I know mostly women who are attracted to men watch my reading. Just a few people, you know, men who like men who like women who watch it as well, or women who like women. But I don't really get that many comments from those people. I usually get, you know, hetero people in the comments, right? So men are not usually known for being clean. So this is like a little bit of a unicorn, you know? This person could be like clean, cookie cutter vibes on the surface, like the Clark Kent and the Batmans, but beneath the surface there's some darkness, you know? Which is why they're coming through as a bunker, something that's hidden, right? Away from the rest of society. Now, that's enough on your person. I apologize for going in. Now, we have you, which is giving Donna Hanscom. And I do believe there's something here about her being, let's get into it. We'll read it from the book. I act like I know anything about this show. I don't.
Donna, I'm LaDonna and I wanna have fun. I'm sorry. 35. I wanna have fun. 35. Come on. So, right from her hiya greeting, Donna displayed the lovable accent and warmth that made her an unforgettable character. So you're coming through as an unforgettable character, one that possesses warmth and a lovable accent, okay? So to this person, you could have an accent. To the outside world, you may not, right? It depends where you come from, okay? When we first met the sheriff of Stillwater, so justice is coming through. I'm sorry I keep stopping. I'm sorry. I'm getting messages and I want to say them before I forget. When we first met the sheriff of Stillwater, Minnesota, she was oblivious to the existence of monsters in the world, okay? But with Jody's help, she became a skilled hunter. Although vampires didn't want to mess with her, Donna wasn't entirely unbreakable, and we saw her insecurities caused by her ex-husband's arrogant criticisms, okay? Life may not always be tater tots and lemon drops, but Donna knew her past doesn't define her, and yours doesn't define you either, okay? You've been wounded, and it's caused you to accept false beliefs about yourself and what you're worthy of. Let Donna's shining example show you that you are so much more than the deceptive narrative someone else has led you to believe. Love yourself just as you are, the whole kit and caboodle. So you're coming through as the whole package, right? You're coming through as someone who's also all about justice, especially since your person was coming through as like vigilante-esque, you know, Batman, Superman, Arrow, Flash, that kind of thing. They have a bunker. You're coming through as someone who is outwardly more legal presenting. Does that make sense? Like you're someone who follows the rules. She's coming through as the sheriff. So she's openly crime fighting and active in her community, right? She's an activist for good and justice. While your person may be someone who does like good deeds on the low, you're someone who's more open and honest about the things and the demons you fight. And, you know, so this could be basically someone who hides their demons and pretends everything's okay versus someone who is very open about their struggles and the things they've been through, right? But we're going to stick with the example of Donna being a sheriff and this person over here giving Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne kind of vibes, okay? And it says right from her hiya greeting, so it was giving someone who's very wholesome, right? Someone you would never expect to do any bad. Someone who's very innocent, cookie cutter, clean, girly pop vibes. It's coming through for who you are represented as in this reading, okay? She was oblivious to the existence of monsters, so innocent, sweet, a novice, naive in some kinds of ways, but also not, because when you're a sheriff, you were fighting for good. You just didn't know how dark and evil the world really is. And this person is kind of very well versed in things of darkness and evil, you know, whether they're fighting it or are it, you know, you never know out here in these streets, okay? And then when she was trained by someone who knew, right, which could be this person here, then she was a badass, right? But still someone who didn't consider herself to be unbreakable and had her insecurities, right? And they're mentioning something here about an ex-husband, so that could be something as well. So an ex period or an ex-husband kind of like made you think you weren't worth much because, you know, by his constant what do they say? His arrogant criticisms. So someone who's always judging you, you could feel always judged by people. And this person just doesn't care because they're more emotionally removed than you are. You're someone who's more open and caring, and people, you always have a smile and a greeting for someone, while this person's kind of like just stares you down and doesn't really say anything. And it's kind of giving opposites attract in that kind of way, where they're giving more like, not stern, but intense to your sweet. It's kind of giving the trope in books where it's like grumpy versus sunshine. That trope is coming through here for you guys if you know, are not understanding any of the other jargon I'm using. Like, superheroes, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne? If you read books, you're my book talk girlies, you're giving grumpy sunshine. Okay, simple as that, right? But you're very lovable, very sweet, open, and warm, and you're unforgettable, so this person can't forget you, okay? And I'm hearing that song that was like going viral on TikTok when it first became popular. I'll never forget you. You could have a child with this person, because the first time I ever heard that sound was a bunch of women who, I think it could have been a joke or it could have been real, where they were playing
they were showing their child, right? And then they would put like a caption on the photo where it says, "This is the boy that I met at the Taylor Swift concert 5 years ago. I'll never forget you." Woo-hoo. Because they have a child by that person now. The waiter at Olive Garden that I spent one steamy night with, and they would show the creation of that night. And I don't know whether it was real. I think some of the people's were fakes, right? But some of them like kind of real. They were like giving you little tidbits of their life, saying, "I met this guy one time. We had a baby. He doesn't know about her." And the end, with that song attached to the video. And I was just like, what? In an uproar. So you could have like a child with this person. Okay? Don't ask me how I get to my conclusions. I just get there, right? Now we're going to move on and get to the how are they feeling versus how you're feeling. This could just be in general about life, or it could be about you, the connection, okay? I'm going to use two different decks. I'm using my new deck. This was a new deck. The Supernatural deck was new. And I'm going to be using the Christina Ricci Cat Full of Spiders deck as well. This one is also new. I got them together. But let's get into it. My group twos person, please, Spirit. How are they feeling about my group twos or just in general? Ooh, this person's talkative. We have a Queen of Wands. Yeah, this person's giving glamorous vibes. Like, and look at how it's giving glamorous, but in like a very dark kind of way, you know? Like hidden. This person's kind of giving a little bit inconspicuous, suspicious vibes, you know? I love this already. Your person's definitely giving like introverted or like anti-hero gray character, okay? Like, I know there's not many people like that in real life, but that's what they're coming to as for me. That's how I am interpreting their energy, okay? Here we have the Five of Cups, and they're very brooding. So they're the broody, sexy, hot guy in the corner that's watching you. Tortured hero vibe is what I'm getting from this person immediately, right? Someone who will not let themselves be happy because of something they did in the past and how their life is so dangerous. And for example, since we were mentioning Arrow earlier, I've been watching it, and I think I'm on like season 3, and I believe he has like so many, first of all, hookups, okay? Because he's like the tortured hero who was stuck on an island for 5 years, and he saw his father die in front of him, and he has to keep this secret from the rest of his family to keep them safe, and blah 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 blah. So there's many love interests he encounters in just the 3 seasons that I've been watching, and his excuse is always like, "I can't get close to you, I can't do this, I can't do that, because my life is dangerous and I don't want to put you in danger. I can't be Oliver Queen and the Arrow. I have to be one or the other," right? Oliver Queen is the one with love relationships and love problems. The Arrow is someone who cuts off all of that, noise, right? Sorry for the stutter, noise, to be the person he needs to be for the public, to be the hero he needs to be. I can't be both, right? And we started seeing a relationship between him and Felicity, which is his tech lady. She's really good at like all things computers, IT, right? And we start seeing a little bit of relationship blossom there, but he is like trying to stop it because his life is so dangerous. He can't be in love and whatever, you know what I mean? That's the kind of vibe that's coming through. I can't have both. I can't fall in love. I can't be happy. Broody, intense, smolder. Okay. Now another character is coming through, Edward from Twilight, right? He's like, "I can't be happy. I have no soul. My soul is damned." All that BS, right? "I can never fall in love because of that. I'm not deserving of it." Just heifers, like all of them. These crybaby men piss me off every time. Okay. We also have the Two of Swords. So someone is in the process of making a decision when it comes to your relationship or just life in general. They're at a crossroads, right? And they're trying to blindly choose. Like, I don't know if they're trying to rely on reason or intuition. You know what I mean? But the reason for the blindfold is that you can't see what you do, just feel. So this person is trying to go with their feeling, go with their gut. The next card we have, oh my gosh, we have Queen of Wands and King of Wands. This is so very interesting. Wow. This person could also be a little bit old-fashioned as well, because I'm hearing something noir. And that was like a type of cinema back in the days. Like, I don't know when it was, but it's something noir, right? Where everything's like in black and white, and it's like they don't really talk much. It's like very mysterious kind of thing. That's what this card here is giving me. So this person could definitely be in their own little whodunit mystery in their head, trying to figure out if they should be with you, can they be with you. There's a sadness here, no doubt, with the Five of Cups, which is like, I'm crying over spilled milk, but all is not lost, which is always a thing with the Five of Cups. Someone is crying over something that can easily be rectified, or fixed. They're just dwelling on the sadness. They want to be broody so bad, yeah. Or they could be hurt. Okay, you guys could have had a fight or an altercation, or this could be in separation. Whatever you want it to do, whatever you want it to be. Okay, is what's coming through for this person. They're making a decision because they're sad. They're trying to make a decision when they're sad. Or they're trying not to make a decision since they're still sad. Because when you're sad or mad, sometimes it can cloud your judgment. But we have the King of Wands and we have the Queen of Wands coming through here for how they feel. It's giving divine counterpart energy. The one thing that is annoying about this deck is that every character is her. So there's nothing that's like giving a different energy. It's all just her on the different cards. Like, don't get me wrong, the imagery is stunning. Like, the attention to detail is stunning, but it's giving like the same. This is her in black wig. This her in blonde wig, so there's not really much of a difference. But the Queen and the King of Energies is funny. This person can have like a lot of energy. They're good at reading energy, so they get overwhelmed by energies very easily, which is why they kind of keep to themselves. That could be something going on with them right now. They're overwhelmed and they're hiding from that overwhelm and not making a decision on how to move forward yet, which is why you're now stuck in this reading trying to figure out, how do they feel? Okay, anyway, Queen of Wands is more of like, of course, the feminine energy of the Wands, which is adventure, taking a chance, drive, ambition, okay, traveling kind of thing. And the King is more of like they're both arrogant, right? So there's something here about this person like being who they are through and through. They're not going to deny who they are. They know who they are. That's one good thing at least. Or maybe not. Maybe they're so convinced that they're not good enough that they're just like, lost in the sauce. But at least they know who they are. They think they know who they are is what's coming through, okay? I'm going to need more cards from this person. How are they feeling, please, Spirit? Sad, okay? That's all we're getting so far. Sad, but confident. Maybe sad, but passionately fulfilled. Like, when it comes to their passions and work and their drive and their mind and their, I'm hearing sowing their wild oats. So they're still having fun, even though they're kind of confused as to where the connection is going with the Two of Swords coming through here. So my group two's person, please, Spirit, how are they feeling right now? How are they feeling right now? We have the Chariot in reverse. We're going to put it up right so you can see it. These cards are really beautiful, but I just, like I said, wish they weren't all her. Like, excuse me, ma'am. Anyway, okay, we have one more card, and we're going to leave it at that. Or was that two more cards? How's this person feeling? We have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And okay, so how is your person feeling? We have a few major arcana cards here, just two, I believe. But the King of Wands is definitely someone who's confident and driven. They're going to do whatever it takes to get what they want. But look at how she's looking very, emotionally removed in this card. She's not giving the usual King of Wands energy. Okay? That's not what's coming through in this reading here. It's giving someone who's a little unsure. And it's very funny because these are supposed to be the wands. Do we see how they look in the cards, guys? They don't look vibrant and happy and thriving. They don't look like they're like soaking up all the attention that everyone is giving them and all the compliments they're being given. So this person could usually, like, they're very attractive. That's something that's coming through. I should have said earlier, long time, sorry. They're a very attractive person, but they may not believe that they're attractive or that they deserve the compliments they're being given, which is why they look so reserved and removed in the card that are supposed to be like lively and happy and abundant, This is someone who's living their life to the fullest. But why are they not happy? Maybe it's because they don't have you. That could be something coming through. Or they feel like they're missing something. But we have the Chariot energy, which did come out in reverse for you guys. So they're stagnant. They can't move forward. They're a little stuck. And the Chariot card is definitely giving, if you can see the ship in the background, it's giving in space, right? So they're not on Earth. They're very much untethered and ungrounded. Very much so,
very much, like very much in their head, in their, crown chakra energy, instead of being in their grounded root chakra energy. In order for us to be confident enough to do anything or make any steps or strides forward in life, we have to be rooted. We have to be able to touch the ground and feel the ground beneath us in order for us to walk on it, right? So if they're so far off in space, they're not going to be able to move or make any decisions, which is why we have the Two of Swords. Okay, makes sense. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune. Something could be changed in their life, because this is the only card that's giving like bright and vibrant. This and the Four of Wands, and these are both cause celebrations. This person's, like I said, personal life could be going amazingly, right? Their job is going great. I'm hearing they're on the move. They're moving up the ladder. They're successful, because Four of Wands does mean success and stability and some kind of structure in your life. This is definitely giving future-esque, okay, futuristic, because the wands in this deck are definitely giving like Star Wars kind of energy, like Star Trek, where they're in the future and they're traveling in space, and that's how far advanced they are above everyone else. They're leagues ahead of everyone else, but they're still feeling a little stuck or not fully, what's the word I'm looking for, not fully satisfied. They don't feel successful, even though they like everything around them is telling them they should be, which is why in the Wands energy we have, they're supposed to be happy and smiling and charismatic, but they're really not, But this Wheel of Fortune is signifying a change in this person's life, or it's signifying fate and destiny at play in this person's life, okay? That's trying to bring in some kind of structure. Like, all these cards are quite beautiful, I would say, but I still feel a little bit of a drab energy, So this person could be a bit of a pessimist, or it doesn't matter how many things they get, they're still going to be like sad and sappy about it, Like I said, they're being offered love on a silver platter, but they're kind of like, my soul is damn, I don't deserve it. And it's kind of like, okay, that's enough. Like, this is this is getting tired at this point. You and this energy of I don't deserve anything is getting tired. And I think they're getting tired of it themselves, which is why they need this Wheel of Fortune energy to come in and change themselves on a fundamental level, right? Someone's going to come and slap them and say, hey, you're the Queen and King of Wands. What the heck are you doing? Why are you sad? Like, get together, right? It's giving, they need an Edna in their life, Edna mode from The Incredibles. If you didn't get what I was putting down, they need somebody to come and slap them into shape, Absolutely. But this person, in all intents and purposes, is living a beautiful life, Things are going well financially, if in fate, it's turning in their favor. If things were going bad, now things are going to be going good. There's something here about their life changing for the better, right? Let's remove you from them. Look at them trying to take you with them. That could be something coming through. This person wants to bring you with them on this road to success, because all these cards are quite beautiful, I would say. This person has perfectly mastered maybe their feminine and masculine energy, because I feel like someone who's always in their feelings is more of a feminine energy, or feelings in general is more of a feminine energy. And then doing, you know what I mean? Pillaging and plundering and achieving is more of a masculine energy. So this person is in the process of trying to accumulate success while also being caught up in their feelings, right? And I'm going to put this Four of Wands somewhere. Now let's get into your energy. How are you feeling about the connection? But since we have divine counterparts here, this person could be considering you a divine counterpart. They want to move towards you. They believe that you are their destiny. You are their fate. Ew, why am I seeing this scary little bunny rabbit behind there? Like, this person's like giving me distorted vibes. This person could be like their distorted masculine or feminine energy, or both. Where no matter how many good things are given, they still want to be miserable, and I hate that for them. I hate that for you guys. One thing I do always like notice about the, Five of Cups is it is usually traditionally depicted as someone who's crying over 3 spilled cups, not realizing they still have 2 full cups behind them. And if you were to look at it symbolically, 3 of Cups in the tarot represents the end of an era of being a playboy, drinking, playing around, sleeping around kind of energy. That's what the 3 of Cups is about. Celebrating, having something to celebrate, but it always needs to be drinking and having fun with friends and partying. And it's funny how this person has the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands also means celebration, but it's in a more healthy kind of way, structured kind of way. You still have to celebrate, but you're not going out drinking and, doing drugs and, falling out and waking up in this energy of what happened last night. I don't remember what happened. You know what I mean? So both energies, Three of Cups represents celebration, but in your reading, this person is coming out as Four of Wands celebration, which is structure, celebrating finally getting their life together, having something to look forward to, having something to celebrate, as opposed to crying over Three of Cups, which is like kind of like a more, how can I say, superficial kind of fun, I would say, than the Four of Wands, which is like a more permanent kind of fun. Three of Wands, going out with, not Three of Wands, sorry, Three of Cups, going out drinking, getting drunk, and having that momentary high, instead of Four of Wands, which is getting married and having that forever kind of high with the person by your side, right? So this person could be leaving childish things in their past, leaving away one night stands and hookups to move towards having fun and celebrating with someone for a long time. Like here for a long time, not just a good time anymore. This person could be leaving behind their playboy ways, and that could be a part of their ego, an ego death, or a part of their life that they're saying goodbye to, and it's kind of hard for them, because the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands can represent that playboy energy as well, okay? I feel like I'm spending so much time on your person. Maybe you already know how you feel. You just want to focus on them. But I do want to get some cards for you to see if you guys are feeling the same way, right? A Wheel of Fortune is definitely giving a fundamental change in their life. Maybe they were so good at the masculine side of things. Now they're trying to tap into the feminine. Or you could flip it, and they were so good at the feminine things. Now they're trying to incorporate the masculine things in their life, which is why we have both the King and Queen of Wands coming out. For you guys, we have the Lovers in reverse. So there is something here about an energy of being meant to be, with the Wheel of Fortune on their side and the Lovers on your side, but it's coming out in reverse, okay? Here we have will you or won't you. The choice is yours. So yeah, you're leaving the decision up to them, as you should. You're leaving the choice up to your person, right? And that's how you feel about the matter right now. Lovers in reverse. Like, I could make a decision. I could make the first move. I could make everything, happen the way I want it to, but I need to know that they're in it as well. And I'm not just deciding everything or being the only person who cares about anything changing is a vibe that's coming through as well. So you're putting your foot down. And it's funny because this person is usually the more decisive, broody, intense one. Now you're coming through as the energy. Okay? Will you or won't you? The choice is yours. That's something, it's kind of like an ultimatum vibe. Okay? Let's see what else is coming through for my group twos, please, Spirit. How do they feel about their person, or how do they feel in general? Here we have the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're sick and tired. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired, but you're not giving up is the thing with the Nine of Wands. The Ten of Wands is someone who's like laying down all those wands, saying like, screw this, I'm leaving. The Nine of Wands is someone who's at their wit's end, but they're not ready to give up the ghost yet. They're not ready to throw in the towel. So we also have Strength. Exactly, because we have Strength coming out. Oh my gosh, yeah. Y'all are almost ready to give up on this person, child. You're like, okay, it's time for me to go. Because you're not putting in any initiative. I'm leaving it up to you. What is taking so bleeping long? Like, come on now. Getting fed up. I'm getting fed up for you. Because what are we doing here? You have all these amazing cards over here, but you're still sitting still. What's up? Sure, piss me off. Or about to piss me off. And you're usually someone who's very amenable, right? You're usually someone who's very understanding, and you're getting fed up, and that means something, I feel like. But here we have Strength. It takes great strength to be soft. You're trying to be open and understanding with this person, but it's taking up all your strength, child. You're almost ready to give up and blow up on this mofo here, okay? Because they have all these great things. What are they still waiting for? Like, it's not making sense to me. Every single sign over here is saying go for it. The Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the Four of Wands. Like, what else do you need? The divine counterparts, Queen of Wands, King of Wands. I don't understand. You're so stuck in this Five of Cups and this freaking Two of Swords energy. What's up? Get it together. It's crazy out here in these streets. And then we have the World. Yeah, you're worried about to just about end the whole cycle, child. But I feel like the thing about ending a cycle is letting go of all the things that may have went wrong to start anew, Okay, how many? We have 3 major arcana cards coming through here. So you are coming to a major, or coming onto a major decision when it comes to this connection or this person or life in general. This person's playing the fool and you're ready to end the whole thing and move somewhere else, right? You're like, okay, it's time for me to go. Look at me. All this magic surrounding me and I'm worried about this person. Negatory. That's what's coming through for your side, okay? I feel like your side is pretty straightforward. This person's still having a hard time deciphering their emotions, okay? We're going to move their energy over a little bit more and then bring yours into focus so you can see all the cards, okay? I need to find like a higher vantage point so you're going to be able to see all the cards in the future because there's a little bit of space ain't working for us no more. It was cute at first, but now I'm like, come on now. How are my group 2s feeling, please, about this person? Please, Spirit, how are they feeling about this person? Or this situation, how are they feeling compared to their person? Yeah, this person's being given all the signs to go, but they're still overthinking it. But you, on the other hand, what's coming through for you guys? We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're ready to start anew, and that could be moving on or doing things for yourself. This could be a business situation. It doesn't have to be romantic, and you're done waiting for this person to message back, to agree, to reach out to you. You're like, I'm just going to start over. I don't need your expertise or help, especially because they're giving like a more mature, grown energy. They're giving a helper vibe, but why are you not helping them? You know, understandable for you guys to be, a little bit annoyed, a little peeved off at this person. Here we have Three of Wands, hoping all against hope. You're ready to just jump in. You're ready to jump when they say jump. You're ready to go as soon as they say go. As soon as they wave the green flag, you're ready to put your foot to the engine and but now you're just in the waiting phase. Now, I hate feeling this energy from my collective because group 1 was the same. And it's kind of like sometimes it's ready to just release. Relax your body, take your foot off the pedal, and just drive somewhere else. Just go somewhere else. Find a new destination to go. Right? A new dream. Okay, dream a new dream. I'm hearing dreaming of you. And tonight I dream of you. So this person could be dreaming of you, you're dreaming of them, which is why it's kind of hard to let go of this connection. I know. Bendito, y'all are so little. I know, God, I know. You don't have to tell me. I've been through the struggle out here. The same way y'all have. Oh my gosh. Page of Pentacles is starting anew. This is when life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. You could be getting a new offer from someone. I'm hearing stop dealing with these old heads and start maybe looking for someone younger than you. That could be something you may not like to do, date younger, but maybe there's someone in your energy field that's younger than or eager. It doesn't even have to be a young energy. It could be a youthful, eager energy that wants to start something new with you, come against your energy. And you're kind of like, oh yeah, you're looking at this person a little bit, but you're still just, your focus is mainly on this person here. Here we have Three of Wands. You're waiting for the sign to go, right? It says put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. So you're definitely getting into the vibe of moving on and finding something new. I feel like, okay, where are the rest of the cards? Let's see what's coming through in this deck here. What else do we need to know about this connection? Yeah, there's like blockages because I'm trying to shuffle and there's no reason why I should not have shuffled properly. Detours, blockages, stuff like that. For my group 2s, please, Spirit, what is coming through for them? What is going on in this connection? What else do we need to know? Give us something, please, Spirit, something. For my group, we have communicate. Ooh. Compromise, forgive, work it out. That could be something you guys are both wanting to do in this connection as well. And like I was saying for group 1, I think Mercury retrograde is coming up. So if this is an ex or a past person, there could be some communication coming through. This could also just mean if you're having issues, communication is key, please. And in-person communication is better than over the phone. So if you can say, hey, I want to meet in person so we can talk this out, do that. Better than texting and over the phone conversations. So much can get lost in translation. You know what I mean? And people like kind of turn themselves off, their emotions off before any resolution has been had. So for example, you say, oh, you look so doofy. And you forgot to send LOL or the laughing emoji. And now they're over there like, what are you talking about? And they can't see the inflections or the expression or the laugh that came with that you look doofy, you know? And they're like, oh,
and they block you. And then before you can even explain, you're blocked, right? So if you have that in person, you tell them, oh, you're so doofy, and like you hit them and you laugh, they know that it wasn't like meant to be a bad thing, and you don't have to explain afterwards. You know, so in-person communication is better than over the phone, guys, if you do want to communicate. But communication could be coming in with this connection. We have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You or this person could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Sometimes they have the tendency to take things too seriously or too literally, right? That could be a thing as well, especially an Aquarius, child. Don't even get me started. I feel like Geminis have a sense of humor, but these Libras and Aquariuses out here, they just be overthinking Taraki for no reason. Like, please. We have date night. Ooh, see, you guys have to meet in person, right? So if this is someone you just met for whatever reason and you're waiting for them to ask you out, they will communicate. They could be an air sign as extra confirmation for you. They will be asking you out. Get ready to be wined and dined, right? Okay, there's just something about a simple in-person conversation that needs to be had here. And there's something here about you needing to be more optimistic. That's what I'm getting. The Three of Wands is a very optimistic kind of energy, or maybe you are very optimistic about this connection, and that's kind of what's helping bring it in, because I feel like this connection needs all the optimism it can get with this person over here just like hemming and hawing. The next card we have is a narcissist. That would explain things. Someone is too full of themselves. Maybe this person doesn't want to ask you out or be vulnerable in any kind of way. Oh, heifers. The lot is. And then we have move on. Wow. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. So I'm going to be trying to be very, very, very careful with this connection, because on one hand we're seeing date night and we're seeing communicate, but then on another hand we're seeing narcissist and move on. So I'm going to try to be very clear about who this person is and, you know, get the message that's meant for you. Okay, I hate when this happens. We're getting two different messages here. Or maybe you guys do communicate, you go on a date, and then it ends to like you ending things because this person doesn't want to see things from your side. It can be as simple as that, you know. Let's get some cards from this crow deck here and see if we can get any clarifiers when it comes to this connection. This person could just simply be emotionally unavailable. They're not looking for anything serious, even though everything in their life tells them they're ready to settle down, and they just don't want to settle down. Or with you could be a thing as well. There are some heifers like that out there, you know, where they can have everything they want in a woman or a man right in front of them, but they would still be saying no and running from them, and, you know, playing the field. That makes no kind of blasted sense. Okay, how are they feeling? What's going on with this connection? Please, that was too many cards. Let's see what's coming through. Some closing messages, some confirmation, some more messages, something. Give me something, please, Spirit. That was something. Appreciate you. We have distance. So yeah, there is emotional distance or physical distance here in this connection. We have direction. Look, and that kind of came out in reverse. So there's something here about like a misdirection, or you're not going in the same direction, or your paths do not align. But I feel like the Wheel of Fortune came through for a reason. I don't know. Take what resonates for you. So I was getting a very newer energy, you pivoting and going in another direction in this reading here. You know, with a different person. That Page of Pentacles. Someone's going to put in the work, right? You give me lemons. You gave me a little bit of opportunity. I'm going to make lemonade. I'm going to go the extra mile for you. Page of Pentacles vibes, you know? Could be younger. Could be someone you didn't think you would be attracted to, but they're putting in the extra work as opposed to this person you're watching this reading for. And that's something that you need to, you know, maybe the date night will be with someone else. You know, you never know. Life is funny that way. You never really know what's coming. We have self-interest. We have self-interest and narcissist. Guys, there's someone who's very much like just worried about themselves right now, and that's nothing wrong with that. But if they're not giving you what you need, then it is time for you to go. You know, respectfully, they're only doing what's good for them. And we have distraction. Are you only a distraction for them? Guys, I'm not trying to be rude. I say this with all the love that I have in my heart, my cold dead heart. Let me stop. I say this with all the love in the world. This person could be using you as a distraction. Like I said, everything is going so perfect in their life as we saw over here. So why haven't they made the decision? Because they're scared to leave their trifling, philandering ways behind. Okay? They're scared to leave that King of Wands, Queen of Wands energy, whether this person's a masculine or a feminine. They're scared to leave their playboy, playgirls, going out partying, drinking, behind for a more, you know, even kilter, mature relationship. This is sick. Oh, I hate people out here, I tell you.
a distraction. It's definitely giving, yeah, they're distracting you while someone else comes in and steals your food. If you can see in the card, this bird up here is distracting the poor dog, so this one can come in here and eat his food. This person could, I'm hearing espionage. I'm hearing corporate espionage. This person could be a boss of yours. This person could be a co-worker of yours. There could be a plot. The plot is thickening, I feel. Yes. There could be a plot in your place of work for someone to distract you romantically, to get you off your ball. Because we have the Page of Pentacles. Guys, is someone in your work trying to sabotage you? And they want you to be distracted by this connection so they can kind of take the lead or take something up from under you. Oh, this is ghetto. If this is a co-worker, that's confirmation right there. Watch out for this person. Please and thank you. If this is a boss, child, this person don't want to get in trouble or leave behind their ways. They can have multiple little biddies in the company, right? Yo, this person's pissing me off here. Yeah. They could have multiple little biddies because they're playboy, playgirl, queen of wands, single off. They don't want to stop playing. And you're like, no, I'm ready to settle down here. Oh, guys, let it go. At this point, let it go. What's at the bottom of the deck? We have mimicry. Yeah, this person is doing what they think you want them to do, or just doing little things to make you happy so you kind of get off their back. This person is giving a little bit facetious, right? They're giving a little bit fake. Let's go to the bottom of the deck for them. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. Yeah, look, all these biddies. Ah, all the biddies. Oh no. Oh, and then we have the freaking devil. Yo. This person's toxic. Guys, run for the hills, please. And I'm hearing that song by freaking what's her name? I know what you be running for the hills, the way you touch me, straight through the heart, yeah, it cuts me. Cause I know deep down that it'll never be us. You'll never be more than just someone that's effing me up, bruh. Run for the Hills by Tate McRae. Yo, that song came through real crazy. Like, I'm like, run for the hills. And that song is like, she's like, I have to run for the hills because I know you'll never be anything more than someone that's just effing me up. Oh, the ghetto. Guys, run. Yeah, this person doesn't have pure intentions. Like I said, everything on their side is good. They have the money, they have the career, they have whatever to move this forward, but they don't want to. Because it means giving up that Three of Cups, which is, like I said, yo. Yeah, because it means giving up the Three of Cups, which is playing around. And embracing the Four of Wands, which they don't want to do. It's as simple as that, guys. Yeah, beware. Be careful. Okay? I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. I'd love to have you. Once again, if you feel called to buy some bracelets from Otter Spirit, use my code linked in my description box. Not the bio. Linked in my description box. Okay, SHA20 to get 20% off your order. Love you guys as always. Okay, but yeah. But did I say everything else? Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want to. If you want to get a reading with me, you could always book with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 3 or however you got here, welcome. Today we're going to be getting into how do they feel versus how you feel. So if there's a connection you're confused about, a person you're confused about, even a situation you're confused about, it could be family, it could be work, you never know, and you want to get some clarity on how they feel versus how you feel, then this is a reading for you. I don't know why I've been feeling more called to more love readings recently. I started this channel specifically to remove myself from all the constant love readings that I was doing on my other channel. And I found my way back here. So I guess there's love in the collective. Maybe some of you are going to be falling in love recently, or love is a theme of this month or the next few months or the rest of the year. Who knows? So if you're here, welcome. Thank you for joining me here. Today we're going to be getting into that, what I just said, okay? If you saw my last reading, I'm wearing the bracelets from that reading, okay? They look beautiful. I can't even see them properly. They're from Otter Spirit, and I have a coupon code in the description box, okay? It'll take you straight to the website, and you can use the code there. But before we get into the how you feel versus how they feel, we're going to do you versus them, or them versus you. Because for group 1 and group 2, I've been doing them over here, you over here, okay? So we're going to do that, and then we're going to get into the how they feel. Just to
Bruh, give you a little bit more context. Because why would you do that? Cards be just acting up when they're ready. Disclaimer, I'm using the Supernatural Oracle deck and I do not know the show at all. So I'm going to be reading from the book for the cards that come out. So for my group threes, please Spirit, can I get a card for their person, please Spirit? Who is this person that will be coming through in the reading for my group threes, please Spirit? For my group threes, who is the person that will be coming through? We have, oh, thank you, a new card. We have Dean's Amulet. Already amulets represent things that protect, okay? Or siphon energy or hold energy. So this person could be someone who's like a channeler, or they do Reiki, or they're very good at reading or channeling energies. They're also good at protecting people with their energy, okay? Or they can just have a very protective energy around them or about them, okay? I'm not taking more than one. Can I get a card for my group threes, please? Can I get a card for my group threes who's watching this reading? My group threes, please, Spirit. Can I get a card to represent my group threes? Come on, give me a card. Thank you. And thank God it's only one. Group one wanted to be difficult and give me 2 cards. I'm like, I talk too much for that. And is it another new card? Yay, we have Purgatory. Maybe not yay. Purgatory is not the best from what I know of Purgatory just in general, okay? So let's get into it. We're going to start off with your person. Let me get the book just for good measure. Dean's Amulet. So this is D-O. So maybe we need to move. Oh, no, maybe not. Darkness. E comes before O. So y'all better stop playing with me. I know my ABCs. Okay. Dean's Amulet. Sam originally intended to give the amulet Bobby gave him to his father as a Christmas present. When his dad didn't show, Sam instead gave his amulet to Dean. So are they not brothers? Are they not blood brothers? Do they have different fathers? Now I feel called to watch the show. Because what do you mean? I always thought they were just, blood brothers. Anyway, let's get into it. Sorry. When his dad didn't show, Sam instead gave the amulet to Dean. Dean instantly loved it. And the Samulet became an unofficial symbol of the bond the Winchester brothers share. The gold pendant remained an essential element of his wardrobe until Dean tossed it into a motel trash can when it didn't lead them to God. Unbeknownst to Dean, Sam retrieved the amulet, carrying it for years until they needed it again. Dean later retook possession of it, though he no longer wore it around his neck. Loss is a part of life, but take comfort in knowing that things and people that matter most are truly never gone. They come back to us not always in the same way or in the same form we'd expect, but always at the same time when you need them most. So this person could have dealt with a big loss in their life where they kind of lost all hope for everything. I know that what I read about God in this deck, he wasn't the best person in the supernatural universe, okay? So I don't know if him being upset that it didn't lead them to God meant it didn't lead them to God in like a good way, like a spiritual way where you wanted to get closer to God to, praise him, whatever. Or if it didn't lead them to God and them trying to take him down in a bad way, but also kind of a good way, I'm not sure what context that takes on in the show since I've never watched it, but I'm going to take it as what I would mean by something leading me to God, a positive thing. There was something that they wanted to do or be, or they expected to happen in their life and they got disappointed instead and kind of got down on their luck. So this person has gone to like a big hurdle. They could have overcome the hurdle or they're still in the process of overcoming the hurdle since it's coming through in their card, okay? But this is definitely someone who could like gifts, who wears amulets, who wears a specific pendant they were given from family. Maybe this person like comes from a similar background to Dean and Sam. If you watch the show, you would know. But I feel like they inherited being hunters, whatever that means. Like from what I've read in the book so far, from the cards that came out from the reading yesterday and today, it's giving hunters are a thing in their universe where you hunt like bad things. I was comparing it to the equivalent of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, where she never only just, unalived vampires. She was out here unaliving all kinds of evil in Sunnydale, okay? So it wasn't just demons or vampires. It was robots, the Ted episode, very creepy in my opinion. Just things that go bump in the night, right? That's the kind of thing this person was raised to fight or repel against. This person could have like a dark period in their life where they did all things like bad, drugs, smoking, you know, meaningless, sex, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm trying to limit the amount of times I say the word because it was coming through a lot in group 1. So I'm like, you know, now we're going to spell it. Okay, this person could be very careful about what they say, right? They kind of insinuate what they mean instead of fully saying what they mean, which could probably be why you're hearing the reading period, because they never fully say what they mean or what they want. They're just insinuating or hinting at it, you know, very ghetto if you ask me. I feel like I need another card to really figure out this person, so they could be really hard to read. Because that card or explanation for the card didn't really give anything, honestly. So can I get one more card for group 3's person? Who are they? What more can you tell us about them? This could be someone you don't really know that well as well. That could be coming through. Group 3's person, please spirit. We have one more card. Thank you. And we have Devil's Trap. What's that? Wowza. So it is definitely giving someone who was tasked with the job to like defeat evil. Is the vibe that's coming through for this person. Okay. Because I believe there was something here about trapping the devil or like, and it's both D. This person's name could start with a D, or a D could be important. I'm hearing it goes down in the DMs, and you know what D stands for. You know, the male anatomy. Okay, so this person could just be a DICK in general, you know, and that's like a bad thing when you're that word. Okay, so DEA, here we go. So, drawn by hunters in chalk, paint, and sometimes blood, a devil's trap is a sigil often found. So now we're getting sigils and pendants. This person could definitely like into hoodoo, voodoo, spiritual protection kind of stuff. They could be a shaman, stuff like that. That's coming through big for this person. So they're all about protecting their energy, which is why it's kind of hard to read them. But there was something here about them going through a big tower moment in their life, or a big like awakening, or how can I say it? Not transformation, but what is it the saying when someone is initiation? There it is. They went through a big initiation in their family in line. It could be something their family is big about, and there's something that was, you know, forced onto them. It doesn't have to be like spooky woo woo kind of thing, but it could be they were forced to be a doctor. They didn't want to be. They were forced to be a lawyer. They didn't want to be, that kind of thing. It could be as simple as that, or it could be as difficult or, you know, complicated or complex as their family is a long line of demon hunters and they were trained ruthlessly to be that. And that's what they did. So that's like a little bit of a darkness to them, you know. Interesting, like a fierce warrior-esque energy to this person coming through for you guys, right? Ruthless, scary, maybe downright mean, you know. They could be like downright mean to keep people away. I'm sorry if I be blocking the cards. I be trying to keep my hands out of the frame so you can like look at the cards and see them, you know. And you're not coming out any better. We're getting a lot of like kind of crusty cards for this reading here. But anyway, let's go back to the card. It says, a devil's trap is a sigil often found underneath carpets and on trunks of cars and ceilings. It is used to ensnare demons. So yeah, demon hunter vibes. Most often depicted as a pentagram, it's been carved into bullets to bind the demon to the vessel they're possessing and onto handcuffs to render their wearer powerless. Not only can a devil's trap keep demons in, but it can also keep them out, like the massive 100-mile sigil that guarded the Devil's Gate. Are you feeling trapped in your current situation? So there is something about this person feeling trapped. Like this pendant or whatever this thing represents in their life was meant to take them to salvation, to God, right? And it didn't. And now they're kind of like, wow, I'm trapped here. They feel a little trapped in their life, okay? Interesting. Now is the time to break the metaphorical sigil that's binding you in place. Even devil's traps can be broken if the line is damaged, and so can the chains you put around your dreams. Okay, so I think I need a little bit more, actually. So let us pull some cards from this deck here. Can you give me some more information about who this person is? That was fast. Is this This is Queen of Swords. Okay. So your person's coming through with someone who's very intellectual. And look at how we were talking about demon hunting, and this person looks like they've been through the ringer. Like, what have they been through? Lord, they've been through some things here. And these decks have absolutely no correspondence to each other for these cards to be this accurate. So yeah, this person has been through the ringer, okay? I'm hearing that song from Eminem. I've been through the ringer for taking too little to the middle finger. I think I got a tear in my eye. I feel like the king of my world. So haters can act like something. No, we're doing a promise to focus only on handling my responsibilities as a father. So I'll solemnly swear to always treat this roof like my daughter and raise it. Like, what song is that? To whatever comes first, for better or worse. I'm married to the game like a something for Christmas. This gift is a curse. I have the something, something, something to pull this DICK from the dirt and F the whole universe. Not Afraid by Eminem. So this person could like have a chip on their shoulder. They could have an M. They could be an Eminem. Like they come from. Sorry, they could be an Eminem. They could be an Eminem. That is so freaking hilarious. Like what the heck? And the Eminem candy is what has me dying because what? Whoo boy. I'm hearing a lot of stuff right now. Give me a second. So I'm hearing first they're sour, then they're sweet, Sour Patch Kids. So this person could be a little sour, and it would make a lot of sense with this Queen of Swords coming through. They've been through a lot in life, and it has been very like Hankles raised or Hackles raised, whatever you want to call it, where they're like very on the defense, like stay away from me, leave me alone, like a wounded dog, right? If a dog has been hit and beat down 20 times, when you try to be nice to it, it's gonna be like very, defensive. Maybe a little vicious more often than not. So this person that's coming through is very vicious. That's funny. But yeah, first they're sour, then they're sweet. So it's like a mask or a wall they put up that you have to kind of deal with before they kind of let their guard down and they're sensitive. But I was hearing that, and then I was hearing how, where did it go? How they have like a surprise, because you know how when you bite into M&M's, my favorite M&M's I should say, are the peanut ones. You bite into the peanut ones, they have like a surprise, like a nice layer up. How can I describe it? Okay, so you're expecting chocolate, and you bite into and you kind of get like an extra little surprise of peanut and chocolate mixed together, which is kind of one of the more elite combinations of candy out there, or just combinations in general, right? Peanut butter, chocolate, peanuts, chocolate. I'm not a fan of peanut butter, so we're gonna go with the peanut butter that is like adds an oomph to just the regular chocolate of the M&M, right? So they have a little bit of like a surprise underneath, right? Okay, now back to Eminem as a rapper. Whew. And what do rappers do? Cover things. Yeah, this person's very like smoking mirrors, smoking daggers, kind of hiding themselves. They don't want to be, they're cloaked. Okay, sorry. Okay, so yeah, that's coming through for your person. But Eminem also had like a very hard life, came from the slums. Like everyone was kind of trying to discredit him as a rapper, even though he was very talented. People still do, honestly. He has a way with words, right? The way he says things, and just like a talented, gifted individual, okay? This person could have some kind of gift that they were given from God, right? Or, like I said, something that was passed down from family line to family line, right? Okay? And they came from humble beginnings, less than humble beginnings, from trailer parks, right? And they kind of worked their way up to the top, little by little, which is why they have all these battle scars, And now I'm hearing the song Battle Scars by Lupe Fiasco and Sebastian something. These battle scars don't look like they're fading, don't look like they're ever going to change. We ain't never going to change these battle scars. So this person has definitely been through something, Shaw. We're going to leave it at that, right? Okay, they have had to trap their demons to kill them and extinguish them. And it could be something as literal as this person could deal with spiritual, Wiccan arts, dark arts, vanquishing demons, or the demons are the ones inside of them they had to kind of trap and extinguish, kill, okay? And they could just wear a protective amulet around their throats. They could definitely be giving like a Dean or Sam Winchester I'm getting from this person. So they are giving main character vibe, and they are giving like a very powerful person, okay? Whew, boy. Let's get it, let's go. Now, for you guys, that was like forever. I'm sorry I'd be taking so long to like just describe one person. But they are very defensive with the Queen of Swords, okay? And I love how they're coming through like all pink and they're like this dilapidated Barbie. It's giving Cynthia from Rugrats. It's giving Chucky, honestly. How Chucky's supposed to be a cute doll for kids, but he's a cute on the side. Okay, take that if it resonates, but let's get into your energy. We have Purgatory. And I know Purgatory is like a trap between like heaven and hell or something where you're stuck. Let's get the actual definition from this. Purgatory was a dark forest shrouded in fog and God's metaphorical prison for the monster souls that died on earth. Okay. So you see, you guys should, I love how the piles are mirroring each other. So your person's giving kind of demon hunter and so are you because you're representing the person that, the thing that traps the demons forever. But Purgatory is like on earth and not in like some other dimension, right? So you're the person on earth that traps the demons. You could be the person that traps their demons whenever they're with you, you know? Let's bring it close so you can see it if you weren't able to see it properly before, okay? Within the depraved dimension, monsters hunted each other for all eternity with no means of escape. That just tickled me. That's funny. Although they made it through a portal for humans, oh no, Dean and Sam both found themselves trapped in purgatory at separate times. Wow. You too may feel stuck, but you're exactly where you're supposed to be. The path moving forward is unclear and you can't go backwards. Okay, so we're going to see if we can get another card from this deck for you as well. Because, child, these cards ain't saying nothing. Maybe you guys are both in the energy of being trapped on earth, trapped by your demons. That's why you kind of are attracted to each other. Maybe you have the same demons, right? You guys were both abused by a mother or a father. You guys were both, you sucked at school and it like created a complex. You guys are both good at rapping, right? Here we have Meg and we have Jack. You're getting two people. Ew, who's this? He has no eyes. He's creepy. You guys got three. Jack Klein is giving dark angel energy. We have Leviathan Blossom, which is even giving more. Okay, this is probably not the best deck for this. And then we have Meg Masters, and she's giving creepy too. You know what? You know what? I don't like this. We're going to get a tarot card for you guys. Because this deck is giving you guys the creepiest of creepy. The creepiest of creepy cards. So this is deck I'm going to be using for you guys. So can I get a card to represent group 3, please? We have the King of Swords. What? The bumper ass? Wait. How are they the Queen of Swords? You guys are the King of Swords. This is funny to me. Oh no. And creepy and freaky. So your person's coming through as the Queen of Swords and you're getting the King of Swords. That is crazy to me. Spirit did not come to play in this reading today. Here. It says we can all learn important things from one another. So you're definitely giving, you guys are both giving teachers. So I think you guys came here to teach somebody or teach the collective something or to help them grow in some kind of way. Now, since you guys are both getting things, we're going to put these people back and we're going to maybe take out Leviathan's Blossom for you. Okay? And read about that to see what more we can get about you. Because that's crazy. Where's L? L is before P. L is before M. Leviathan Blossom. Blood red, tentacle-like arms reached out from a withered tan husk in a hazy graveyard of monsters. Leviathan Blossom sprouted from the ground in purgatory. Guys! You guys got purgatory and the thing that blossoms from purgatory. This is creepy. Okay, we're going to keep going. Sorry. Signifying a dead Leviathan's remains. Their nectar was the crucial ingredient in a spell to trap God, the same trap he and archangels used for the darkness. From a monster's death bloomed the opportunity for Team Free Will 2.0 to stop Chuck's plans, the end of something bad, making way for something good. You're in a transition phase in your life. The old ways of becoming and thinking no longer serve you. Okay, so I feel like this person's representing a place you used to be, and you're representing a place they're trying to get to, and you're the person that can help them, teach them how to get to this new place in their life, right? So this person is stuck, and you're representing someone that was stuck that found their way out or found a silver lining. Because yeah, you're in purgatory, but in purgatory is the only place you can find Leviathan's Blossom that helps you trap God and traps darkness. Because in this deck, supposedly God and darkness are supposed to be kind of foils of each other. So it's his sister, and he's light and she's darkness. So I'm like, but they're both supposed to be bad in the show. I don't freaking understand, honestly. But it's kind of giving twin flame energy. You're now leagues or chapters ahead of where this person is right now, and you're coming into their life to help them move along, or you feel called to them because yeah, like I said, you guys are going through the same things or have been in the same situations, okay? But I'm still screaming how you guys both got sword energies. You guys are both like really ruthless, very unfeeling, you're closed off. You guys both share that in common here. Both intelligent. Both well read. Like you guys are the same person, just different energies, right? And that's why I said you guys like may have been in the same situation. You're kind of helping them come out of it, or you feel called to them to help them come out of it, okay? So definitely someone who uses their words. You read things and teach people the things you've read. You're very well read. You're very self-taught is also what I'm hearing. And the King of Wands, not even the King of Wands, I'm sorry, the King of Swords, in my opinion, is the teacher. He's teaching everyone how to operate, how to do things. He's very no nonsense, doesn't take any mess, right? You're either going to sit here and learn from me or leave and fail elsewhere in life. Because teachers are not only there to teach you the material, they're there to teach you about life in general. And that's something that you can hope a teacher does through their lessons, to teach you more about life, okay? This you could demand respect as well. Yeah. I think I'm going to move on from you guys. I don't think there's really much else that I can say. We can all learn important things from one another. You're definitely giving like salvation, because this Leviathan's bloom is giving the only thing that could trap God, right? And the only thing that was as equal but also opposite to God was the darkness, his sister that they introduced in this show. I'm still screaming how you guys got purgatory and the thing that blooms or blossoms in purgatory. So yeah, y'all been through some things, both of y'all, you and your person, okay? I guess we'll leave these down. And it's also funny how I was mentioning how you guys are kind of giving Dean and Sam Winchester, and they mentioned how both of them got stuck in purgatory in different occasions, on different occasions. I only think of you on 2 occasions. Okay, I'm done. Let's get into how your person's feeling. That's what we're all here for, okay? How is my group 3's person's feeling? We have, is this 4 of Swords? They're in resting mode, so we're going to take these away. They're resting. They're in contemplation mode. They're taking a break, okay? Meditating. If they're trying to become better. Because 4 of Swords kind of gives me like hermit energy, where you're taking a break to learn more about something, you know? Ooh. We have the Knight of Cups. How are they feeling? Okay, they're feeling a little crushy. They want to move towards you and offer you something, but maybe you're in, how can I describe it? You're inspiring them to come out of their shell and move towards you, or come out of their break. Maybe this person's on a break from dating, from love, from romance, from whatever it is you may want to do with them. If this is not romantic and it's more platonic, okay? I am getting a little bit of a more platonic vibe from this reading. You're just here to be a teacher to this person and teach them. That could be through a romantic link, but it may not be you're meant to be in their life forever, right? Because that's like the definition of twin flames. You guys come together to learn the important, vital lesson and then move on. Like most twin flames do not last. Some can, some do. Not saying you're not going to be together if you're looking for a romantic connection, but it's giving twin flamey kind of connection where you guys were meant to meet, right? Like I said, it's giving darkness and God in this supernatural universe where they were like light versus dark, okay? You're giving light, they're giving dark, and there's something here about you guys coming together or being meant to meet in some kind of way because you're meant to teach them something, you know? But this person's a crush on you because Knight of Cups energy is I'm willing to do anything for them. That's that infatuation phase, you know, pass a crush. You okay? I'm feeling this person, right? I'm going to ask them out. I'm going to pay for everything kind of thing. You know, I want to be nice to them. It's giving acts of service and also gifts is what I'm hearing as well. So this person's love language towards you is acts of service and gifts, okay? I'm hearing you're a cool breeze on a warm day, because I'm in this room and this room has been blowing the most mildest of air the whole time. And now I'm feeling it more coolly. Like it's finally getting cool in here, you know? Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this person's like feeling a little bit of young love. And then we have the Ten of Cups. It's kind of giving me, you only know what they've been through. And there's a certain contentedness, happiness, fulfillment you feel with someone who knows exactly what you've been through. You don't have to explain. They can just be themselves with you and not have to sit there and go through their whole dark, sordid history. Or when they do, it's not something you're going to be constantly bringing up. Like, are you okay now? Are you healed now? Are you better now? I will never be better. I will never be perfect. Stop asking. You know not to continuously ask, are you okay? What about now? What about now? You know, that can be annoying. Because no, I'm never going to fully be okay. I went through some stuff. Like, what do you expect me to just wake up one day and miraculously be healed? Right? And this person could like talk to you that way or talk to people that way. And it's kind of like, things do get better. You have to work on it, which is why I'm asking. They could be used to people asking like, are you okay? And not really meaning it. But you ask and you actually mean it. You tell them, are you okay now? How are you feeling? So they could tell you and you can see and kind of gauge where they're at. So this person may not think that people actually care about them. And then they kind of met you when you actually care. Or there's something about you actually caring when you ask, how are you? That kind of makes them feel like, okay, I can see myself falling for this person. Because the Ten of Cups is that energy of, oh, I'm at home, right? And when you're at home, what are you doing? Farting, burping, scarfing on your food. You're not ashamed of acting. You don't have to act a certain kind of way to keep up pretenses and to not be judged. You can go and blow up the bathroom and it's going to be funky and stink. And your group number 3, you're going to be sitting like, oh, okay. Not in that exact way, but it's kind of like if they were going to take a dump in the bathroom, you're not going to become like, oh my God, who brought out the bathroom? It's human nature, guys. Like, what do you want me to do? This is my house. Did you expect me to go somewhere else and do a number 2, right? It's kind of giving you guys are snuggling and this person will tell a toot. Instead of you jumping up like, oh my gosh, you're disgusting. And you laugh about it. This person could be their complete vulnerable, messed up, toxic self with you. And not toxic in the way of not doing right by you, but just like if they've gone through some stuff, they don't have to be perfect. They're not just always say the right things, you know? They don't always have to be on their P's and Q's. They're, you know, like walking on eggshells around you, essentially. This person could do whatever they want and you're going to accept them. And that's how they're feeling right now, okay? You're representing like a protective space. A Page of Pentacles is someone who wants to invest in you, someone who wants to talk to you, someone who wants to build with you, okay? Because pages represent messengers, okay? So this person could be thinking about messaging you soon as well. And I mean, I feel like they're definitely like moving towards you. This person has no qualms. They don't have any inhibitions when it comes to like chatting you up or moving towards you. They're just waiting for the opportunity, right? I'm hearing they're back on their BS. Shut up. Like this person was like, you know, it's giving that Sierra song, I've been gone for too long, think it's time I bring it back. This person's like, I've been on hiatus too long in this relationship game or in whatever they've been doing in their life. It's time for me to bring it back, you know? Make my way back into the world. And that's the opportunity you're kind of giving them here. This Ten of Cups is also kind of giving me like, how can I describe it? Look, she looks dressed all fancy and she's going out on the town and she has all these options to drink from. She has all the money to drink from all these drinks. This person could have been used to just having water. Now when they're with you, they could have wine and soda and juice and a slushie if they wanted. That, you know, you don't, I'm hearing starve them. You kind of feed them. Interesting. I've never really gotten a message like that before in a reading. You kind of feed them where other people drain them, you know? A Nine of Cups is also someone who romanticizes life. So this person's like they could be looking at pictures of you and like, oh, my man, and my woman, right? This person is romanticizing a connection with you in their mind, okay? Why am I hearing Gaston? Look at her, LeFou, my future wife. Bella's the most beautiful girl in the village. That makes her the best. Like, you're literally just telling your friends, that's my man right there. You're right. That's funny. Your person's funny. They can be literally funny. But Four of Swords is like thinking things through before making a decision, right? Trying to be mature and grown up about it. My group threes, please, Spirit, my group threes. This Knight of Cups is also kind of giving me mechanic, and mechanics always kind of give me quiet, a little greasy, you know what I mean? Brooding in a way. Here we have Six of Cups. Yeah, that's what I was saying about you representing a safe space for them. A Six of Cups is like a very strong friendship, first and foremost. You feel completely yourself with this person. It's giving history. I'm hearing you and me got a whole lot of history. Yeah, you could be the greatest team that the world has ever seen. You and me got a whole lot of history. Yeah. So don't hold it back. Something we can make it. You know it. You know. What does it go on to say? This is Seven of Cups. This is beautiful. Seven of Cups. Look at that. Can you not be so? Like, I need you to not be so bright. Yeah, that's much better. We can still see the card. This is giving like a ball, a mask ball. This has nothing to do with the Seven of Cups really means, but this is like giving very lavish and beautiful. This is like taking off the mask. What I'm noticing is that she's the only person in color. So maybe when you're around, when you're not around, I guess we could say everything's like in black and white, but then when you're around this person, everything's in color, you know? That song was coming through. Before you came into my life, everything was black and white. Now all I see is color, like a rainbow in the sky. So tell me our love will never fade. I won't see no clouds of gray. This person is very optimistic about what is coming in this connection here with you. Whether it's, like I said, just a partnership or love, okay? You came into the room and everyone's looking at you, but you're just there for them. Which is very beautiful. I love that for y'all. There's like a shy, tentative nature to this person, what they want in this connection. It's kind of like they're planting it and they're hoping for it and they're watering it and they just wish that one day it's going to turn into a beautiful flower with you, and they hope you don't realize that they're not worth it and you leave, right? There's something here about that. Maybe they're thinking that they're not good enough for you as well. It's coming through very heavily here because it's kind of like a shy love, you know, where this person's like very unsure if you would like them back, or they're trying to figure out why you like them back. And they're trying to do everything in their power to keep you coming back for more, right? They're messaging you every day. I love you. You're so beautiful. Like love bombing in a way, you know? It's kind of giving, if you guys watch Love Island, the connection between Jeremiah and Huda, where when they first met each other, they liked each other so much that it led to them like love bombing each other and trying to show that I care about you, to not leave me. And that all, like, I think stems from insecurity, or how can I describe it? Anxious attachment, where I have to tell this person I love them every second of every day in order for them not to leave me. I have to tell them they're beautiful every second of every day for them to not realize that I'm not worth it and leave me. Like, just overcompensating is the word. Yes, absolutely. This person feels like they have to overcompensate for your love, for your affection, which is why, because they keep coming through like very little baby energies, like Page of Pentacles, whimsical, I don't really know where I'm going, what I'm doing, maybe a little innocent, you know, still a novice in some kinds of ways in life, and you're coming through as a teacher, or at least more mature than them, because you're the king to their queen. So they're right there, but there's still like a whole level that they have to reach in order to get to your level, which would be the king. And they're right there, the queen of energy, the queen. But as it happens sometimes when we're looking at someone or we're punching above our weight, or wanting someone that is like out of our league, we're doing everything we can to make them want to keep us because we feel like they're better than us. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this person. And the Seven of Cups does kind of represent the energy of having options, you know? not staying in one place for long, not knowing what to do or how to move forward. That could also be something, or also just not knowing how to choose. It's kind of like there's so many good things about this connection. How do I choose which one is right for me, right? But like I said, there's something here about them knowing you're right for them, because in this room of all these other beautiful women in their, you know, mask costumes, this is the one that's standing out, and she has her cup ready to give someone, right? It's kind of giving bachelorette energy, where the bachelorette has all these men vying for her love, and all the men are trying to do whatever they can to stand out, right? So this person seeing you as a bachelorette, and they're one of the people, who is trying to vie for your attention. You know, try to make you realize who they are and, you know, want them, okay? But I think things like we have the Ace of Cups, oh, you guys are so small. This person, their love is like so pure and so soft. Like, I kind of almost want to cry, you know? Like, this person has such good intentions. I'm not going to cry, I promise. This person is so pure, and I think they're scared of falling in love in general, but especially falling for you, because you're kind of representing everything they could want in a person, and they're kind of like, I'm gonna do anything I have to do to keep this person by my side. You know what I mean? I'm hearing, I can't eat, I can't sleep, what I need, is you right by my side. That song, Right by My Side. I think it's Nicki Minaj and Chris Brown. Could be Meek Mill or Nas, one of those men are up in there, the video or something. But it's kind of giving, I am like craving love with this person. I see the future so clearly with the 10 of Cups coming through. It came through, right? Yeah, it did. And then we have the Ace of Cups. And look at how she's looking at the card. Like, she's like, is this all for me? It's kind of like a mirage in the desert where you see the water, but it's kind of like, if I go reach out for the water, is it really going to be there? It's going to be a mirage, you know? So, like, too good to be true. Like, I think I already mentioned, it's coming through for this person, right? Whoo, boy. And you have, like, a lot of cups if we're seeing all the green. A lot of cups are coming through. And then we have this cup over here, which is the 6 of Cups, right? Which is giving, like, friendly soulmate kind of vibe. So it's giving, should we just stay friends? Like, that could be where that 4 of Swords is coming through. Should we just stay friends? Should I pause here? Or should I keep it going? Very interesting, this person. They're still seeing you with someone who's masked as well. Like, you haven't fully, shown who you are. But they're also scared to show who they are. But it's kind of like they want to know more. So you guys are both, like, have your swords up, like, ready to fight and joust. Them being the queen, you being the king. And you don't really know how to move forward here. But there's so much love and optimism and, what's the word I'm looking for? Hope, promise. There's so much promise here. Kind of like a bud, a seed that's been planted in somebody's, subconscious, their stomach, their heart. And it's like growing by the day, by the hour, you know? But yeah, you're definitely giving elegance, or the connection's giving elegance, it's giving grown. This could be their first, like, mature love. You know, they could, like I said, especially if they're younger. Or they haven't really experienced, they've never been in love before. This is their first, like, feeling of, I can really fall in love with this person. Is kind of scaring them a little bit, you know? So, but let's put this card back for you and get into how you're feeling. I don't know how we already got to 40 minutes, but I apologize. Each reading is getting longer and longer. Group 3, please. How is my group 3s feeling about this connection? How are they feeling about the connection? We have this card that wants to fall out. Oh, we have the 3 of Wands. So you're seeing the potential as well. I'm hearing you. Do you feel that, dear? That's potential. I think that's the Ace. No, it's one of the cards. I think it's the Ace of Cups in this deck, if I'm not mistaken. I think it came out in one of these groups. And we have 2 of Swords here. So indecisive. Are these energies flopped? Because this was kind of, I mentioned group 2. And now I think these energies kind of came through in group 2 as well. Interesting. But group 2 ended very, very, so let's not even compare. Let's move these over a little bit more. We kind of went through all of them. These are so beautiful. I have to find a way to show you guys all the cards. Okay, so indecisive wit. So you're someone who's indecisive, whether you want to let this person in or not. You could be scared, reserved, like they are as well, but they're more like willing to put their foot into it than you are so far. see what else comes out. My group threes, please, spirit. We have the star Hope. Oh, yes. And look at how both of these are like looking up at the sky. Both of these women, if you probably can't even see, y'all. Look at them. Both of these women are looking up hopefully at the sky. Like, I wonder what's to come. So you are optimistic as well. Let's see what's coming through. How are my group threes feeling for their person in this situation? We have the Seven of Swords. You're trying to hide your feelings from this person. Maybe this is like giving a kind of like teacher-student dynamic, and maybe you're trying to be facetious and make them think you don't have feelings for them because it would be a little bit taboo to be in a connection with a student, right? Interesting. It's like, I'm their teacher, I can't possibly be in a connection with them. But of course, if it's legal, the ages, I mean, then it's not a problem. But it's still something where there's like a power dynamic. Group three, how do they feel? Like, should I sully them? We have Six of Wands, and then we have Ten of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Let us get the cards laid out properly. So which ones came out first? We have the Three of Wands that came out first, I believe. The Three of Wands says, put yourself out there, you'll be rewarded one way or another. So I do believe you are putting yourself out there, but you're still overthinking it. So even though you are putting yourself out there because you're trying to see things could go really well, you have hope for the connection, right? You are still someone who's been through a lot, just like this person. You've been through purgatory, hell on earth. And it's like, especially when it comes to love relationships for you guys, for sure. You've been through hell on earth. You're kind of like, should I even try? Is this even going to work out well? I've tried before in the past and I was hurt, betrayed. People were keeping things from me. You guys have a lot of swords coming through. 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords, and 2 of Swords. So you're very much in your mind when it comes to this connection, like overthinking, wondering, you know, like playing out all the scenarios. It's kind of like let it be. The 3 of Wands is leading you in the right direction. Like keep hope. Keep the hope alive. Make moves towards this. See where it goes at least, right? The 3 of Wands is at making steady progress. The 2 of Wands is making a decision. The 3 of Wands is making progress, making steps, actions, doing something, not just thinking, acting, right? Group 3, not just thinking, acting, right? You can think and act at the same time. Can you walk and talk at the same time? What song is that? And it's my name, the song that bad. Let me call you a cat. Is it irreplaceable? You're coming through with songs that are irreplaceable. Can you walk and talk at the same time? You can, group 3. Okay? But the Hope card is in Aquarius energy. Maybe love is foreign. It's a foreign concept to you. And it's something you're also battling. See, you guys keep twinning, I want to say, mirroring each other in some kind of way. The star says, have faith that healing is in the forecast. So you are healing where love comes. And where matters of the heart are involved. You're healing in that aspect. You're trying to become someone who's more optimistic after being hurt many, many, many times. Okay? You could be like, I can't be, with someone who's younger than me kind of energy. The whole thing that everyone goes through when it comes to like any kind of age gap. Like, am I grooming them? Like, am I trying, that kind of thing, but you're not. Interesting. The 6 of Wands says you're kind of a big deal to start acting like it. That's what I was saying with the irreplaceable and the can you walk and talk at the same time? Yes, you actually can. So what are we doing here? What are we waiting for? While are we stalling? Move. Can you think and walk at the same time? Yes. Okay? Whistle while you work. Cry while you're... That's not what it is. But cry, but still do it at the same time. Worry and still do it at the same time. There's like this saying that I heard, or like it was like this kind of, is it like euphemism? I don't know. Where she was like, fear can be in the car, but don't let fear drive. Like it can be in the back seat or in the trunk where we can't see it. Like it can come along for the ride, but do it while you're scared. That's what it is. Do it while you're scared. You're scared, yes, but don't let it like paralyze you. Do it while you're scared. Oh boy, 7 of Swords. Are your actions really as selfish as you think? You're holding your feelings back from this person. That's very clear here. Okay, you could be in purgatory because you're worried about how people will perceive it, what's going to happen. Who gives a flying fluke? As long as you're happy and this person's happy, that's all that matters here. Wake up. What is it that you truly want? Yeah, you're holding yourself back from what you truly want. Guys, don't do that. That's not cute. I'll come through the screen right now. Don't play with me. And then we have 10 of Swords. Hurt people, and hurt witches. Yeah. Like I said, you guys are giving the same energy here. This person's a little bit more optimistic about you because they're more optimistic than you. Because they may not have been heartbroken as many times as you have in the past, but they're willing to try if you are. It's as simple as that, okay? That's what's coming through. You could also think you're cursed in love because we have the curse bottle. Is it properly? Can you see? Like on the bottle it says curse. And she's kind of like, it's not even going to work out anyway. Why would I even try? Why would I even put my energy into it? So you may still be stuck in purgatory. And that's the energy. I'm never going to fall in love. Here we have sexuality. You could be exploring your sexuality, questioning your sexuality. And that could also be why you're indecisive, because you're scared of what people would think because you're still in the closet in some kind of way. This could be a same-sex connection, but this is the first time you're going to be exploring that kind of dynamic between you and a person. And you're kind of a little bit scared. This person, this could be the first time they're doing it as well, which is why you're in the same boat. But they're a little bit more optimistic and tentative than you are, but they're still moving forward. They're still going to make the effort. You have to decide what you want. You already know what you want. You have to decide if you're going to put in the effort to make things, you know, move forward here. Sexuality says someone is still figuring themselves out. So it doesn't always have to be sexually wise, right? But you're still figuring yourself out. Somebody here in the connection. Can we get more from my group threes? Please, Spirit. Stop playing on my face, boy. Here we have pregnancy. Ooh, someone's expecting. Oh my. Sexuality, it always kind of confuses me why they made sexuality like you're still freaking yourselves out. But sexuality is more like exploring your sexuality. You could be someone who's doing that as well. And it could be something you have wanted to do, something you may not have done that much. This person could be completely like a virgin. You could be a virgin as well. And you guys are worried about trying something new with this person, going all the way, you know. That could be coming through as well. It's getting very virginal, especially this person, your person. You're coming through with someone who's a little bit more experienced than them, but maybe not by much, you know, because the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords isn't that far apart, but you have experienced more things than they have. And it's kind of like, do you really want to be the person that's older in the connection? That's like a taboo coming through, you know, especially if you're a woman, like it's giving cougar and you're kind of like, I don't want to be that, you know, but if this person's for you, they're for you. Like, stop playing, okay? The rest of the cards we have is gambling, problems with addiction, or gambling, bad finances. That could be coming through as well. We have challenges, make a decision, work on inner healing. That keeps coming through. Healing is a big thing. Healing, maybe sexual trauma as well. Could be a vibe coming through. That could be the thing you have in common with this person. You were both like violated in some kind of way. And if you were, I'm so sorry. I can relate, child. It's ghetto out here in the world. We have change of residence, moving in with your partner. This could be someone you're moving in with. Or you will move in with them in the future, you know? One more card from this deck. What else do we need to know? How are they feeling? What is the, you know, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? Stop playing about this connection, please, Spirit. What else do we need to know? Here we have let go. Make room for the new beginning that's on its way to you. Exactly. Let go of whatever nervousness you have, whatever holdups, whatever thoughts. Just let it go. Stop sabotaging yourself, is what I just heard. If you're happy, then be happy. At the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Swords for your person's deck. So they could be going to be reaching out. And then we have the Devil. So they do want to bump uglies with you, okay? And that can be something you're holding off as well because you're scared of giving yourself to someone sexually again to be disappointed or something like that, you know? For your deck, at the bottom of your deck. We have the World. Yeah, we have an end. Let something go so you can start something else. It says, yay, you did it. Now do something to celebrate a job well done. You did it. You did it. Wow. I'm like, I'm not going to look at the High Priestess and the two cards fall out again. I'm like, yes, you will. A new beginning is coming. The end of a chapter is coming. Okay. And you can trust yourself and your intuition. When in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. Stop doubting yourself as well. Okay. Let's get some cards from this Crow Oracle deck. And then that will be the end of that. Group 3, please, Spirit. What else do we need to know about this connection? Any advice, clarifications, confirmations? Please tell us all the tea. For my group 3s, please, Spirit, my group 3s. Whew, boy. We have survival. Oh, this energy keeps coming through very heavy. Y'all been through some, like I said, some stuff. And here we have the fox kind of strategic trickster energy coming through again. So it's like hiding, smoke and mirrors, stealthy, you know, plotting, not plotting in a bad way, but like kind of like, hiding and sneaking around. That could be something you're doing with this person. Very interesting. Here we have freedom. Yeah, you have to free yourself from this survival mentality. It's like a scarcity mindset. I don't deserve good things. Nothing good can ever happen again because you went through some one bad thing in your life. Nope, that's a lie. Your mind is lying to you. The lie detector determined that was a lie. The cards fell on the floor and it was territory. This came through another reading as well. It came through group 1 maybe. You could be the other half of group 1. Territory. This always gives me boundaries. Like you have your boundaries up and you're holding your territory, or you're territorial of yourself and your energy. So yeah, you are keeping this person, holding this person at bay. You're the one doing it, group 3. They're ready to jump in. They're ready to please, okay? I'm hearing I aim to please. Christian Grey from 50 Shades of Grey. There could be something here like, yeah, taboo, devil, BDSM, something like that. It could be dynamic, maybe sub, dom, you know what I mean? Plaything, slave master, something you haven't really delved into before. Or maybe you have a little bit, but your person hasn't. You're kind of scared to give yourself in that way to someone who is a novice at it, someone who is not used to these things, or, you know, an expert. Let's see what else is coming through. One more card to make it even for my group 3s. Please, for my group 3s. What else do we need to know to finish off the message? The last message for my group 3s. Please, Spirit. We have illusion. It wasn't love. It wasn't love. Yeah, there's something here about your... everything's a lie, guys. Everything you're believing and seeing is a lie. It could be the relationship itself. How am I to know? But with the freaking... High Priestess coming through, your gut feeling, whatever that may be for you, whatever it's saying, follow it. Whether it's saying run far from this person, whether it's saying run towards this person, whether it's saying explore this. Now, especially with sexuality coming through, there's something here about that. Like it's giving a sexual connection or BDSM or something like that you're like maybe running from. Or, you know what, you could be someone who's like, who always thought you were dom, but you're like you're kind of a sub now. And you're running from that because you don't want to be that. And this person's like bringing that out in you. You're kind of like, no, that's not what I am. I know I'm a dom. And they're like, no, that's not what the body's saying. Body language. Ursula's like, your body not saying that though. Your body's saying something else, sis or sir. And you're kind of like, you're scared to kind of, because you're like, I know myself. I know who I am. I'm the teacher. I'm the master. And you're like, no, not this time. Not in this connection. And that's why the territory is coming through. You're trying to hold your territory firm. Like, no, this is my job. I'm the dom. I'm the this. And your person's like, no, you're not. Sit your ass down. And you're like, okay. And it's something that's kind of like, what? Who? Huh? You know what I mean? It's hard for you to give up control because of what you've been through. And I understand. And your person understands more than anyone else could ever understand because they've been through some things as well, you know? So who else can you let go with if it's not this person? No one's saying it got to be forever. They may want it to be the 10 of cups there and 6 of cups, but who else would it be within someone that feels comfortable with you, that you feel comfortable with? Who else and why, you know? You could be like telling yourself it's an illusion, it's fake, it's not real, and it is, you know? Or it isn't. It just depends on what illusion you're feeling. It's going to be different for everyone, I feel like. But I'm going to end your reading right here. I hope the reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. I'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. If you do want to get these bracelets from Otter Spirit, my link and the code is in the description box below. Okay, if you want to get some of these for yourself, I promise they're the best quality out there. Okay, 20% off in the description box. But as always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group of florists. Welcome to your reading. If you chose thumbnail image 4 or however you made it your way here, welcome. Today's reading, we're going to be getting into how do they feel versus how you feel. Okay, so we're going to get into you versus them versus you method in the reading today. It was quite long for each group, 40-something minutes to like 50-something minutes. So just, you know, buckle up if this is a reading you want to get into. get a snack, get a drink, get comfortable, okay? And let's get into it. So, we're going to get into a you versus them right off the bat, okay? We're going to get into it. You guys can see I'm wearing the bracelets that I was, talking about in another reading with Otter Spirit. My code is linked in the description box as well if you want to buy your own. Okay? Don't mind that it is freaking squeezing the daylights out of my hand. They sent the wrong size. But I'm pretty sure y'all have smaller wrists than me out there, my collective. Hopefully. So, let's get into the reading. We're going to get into, like I said, a you versus them. And then we're going to get into how they feel versus how you feel. And any closing messages you need to hear. I'm using the Supernatural Tarot deck, the Mark of Cain. You know what? I feel called to keep it. For your person, can I get an energy for my group for them? I'm using the Supernatural deck, an anti-obsession symbol. You guys both got symbols. That's crazy. You guys can be sex symbols. Let me stop. I don't take nothing seriously. Actually, I do. But anyway. So you guys are both giving symbols. And at the bottom, we have like death. Okay, so we're going to get into, like I said, I have never watched a show a day in my life. I was very much a big scaredy cat when the show was popular. And it had like too many scary scenes in it. I was not a fan as a child. I was not a scaredy cat, but horror is no way, in shape or form my favorite genre ever. Nor will it ever be. Even though I'm more, in control of my thoughts now. I think it was the anxiety after the movie and the jumping up and, the thinking too much in my mind, being too much in my mind before I go to sleep that had me hating horror movies. And it's still the same. So I can't really, change who I am as a person. So I'm just going to stay away from the movies that make me feel that way, right? Especially for the people who think about death constantly the way I did when I was younger. Like, I'm not going to wake up the next day kind of energy. Those movies were not good for my mental. And they're still not. Okay, so I've never seen the movie, so I'm going to be, not the movie, the show, so I'm going to be reading from the book for each of these things. So, the Mark of Cain. I know Cain from the Bible, but this is the first time I'm getting that. So, 63. We're going to try to get a vibe from your person from this one card. So, the Mark of Cain is for your person. So, known as the first curse, the Mark of Cain was created by God and given to Lucifer to lock away Amara. In turn, Lucifer passed the mark onto Cain, who was corrupted by his evil. Powered by the mark, Cain constructed the first blade, a legendary weapon capable of killing anything. Despite Cain's warning that the mark came with a great burden, Dean took it on to defeat the demon Abaddon. The raised branding on his arm changed him, making him quick to anger and thirst for violence. Ooh. As Cain said, power and advantage came with a cost. The Mark of Cain cautions you to be sure you're ready to accept the challenges and responsibilities required to be at the top of your game. No great victories are achieved without sacrifice. That's not to say it won't be worth it. Just be sure you're prepared for what it takes to get there. Interesting. So this person could be like riddled with, not imposter syndrome, we're going to say it, I guess. I'm going to like, not imposter syndrome, no. Maybe they could be riddled with imposter syndrome. So they're always trying to be their best selves, always be better than they were yesterday. They could be a little competitive, right? They're willing to sacrifice a lot to climb up the ladder, for lack of better words. Like, he's willing to do anything to defeat evil, to defeat bad, to become great, right? He's willing to take on the Mark of Cain, knowing that there was warnings against doing so, and he still did it. And then it made him more angry and violent. So maybe this person's been trying to do a lot of things in their life, and it hasn't been working out for them, right? And when you get to the energy of doing whatever it takes and it's still not working, of course you're going to be upset. I would be upset. Anybody would be upset, So that's the kind of vibe coming through here. This person could be quick to anger, right? And the one thing I don't like about this book is that it only does like mostly negative stuff. There's not much good in the deck. So I'm like, this probably wasn't the best deck to use for you and your person. But it's bringing out the shadow attributes that maybe you need to know in this reading to maybe decide if you want to be with them, Because I'm like, dang, I'm using this to try to figure out who your person is, and I'm just getting a bunch of bad stuff. Like, what's up? Okay, so We have that coming through for your person. So like this is a very motivated person, willing to do whatever it takes to get to the top kind of person, willing to sacrifice a lot, actually, for the greater good is what I'm getting as well. But just to get ahead as well, you know? The good comes with the bad. Now, we're going to get a tarot card for your person using the deck that I intend to use for how they feel to get more about who this person is. Don't start with me. Bruh. Oh, you think I won't stab you? Oh, I thought so. I gotta threaten you to get you to work. It kept like, how annoying. I'm trying to shuffle it. It's like, whoop, breaking. Okay. Whew. Can I get a card for my group for this person? Who is this person that they're watching the reading for? What more can you tell me about them? I just want one card, please. We have the Ten of Wands. Interesting. Yeah, this person's like, they take on a lot of burdens, first and foremost, okay? They have a lot of responsibilities. They're a very responsible person. Dean, I believe, is the older sibling in the show. From what I do know, he also is the more broody one in the connection, or not the connection. Okay, yeah, period. I said what I said. This person is the more broody one in the connection, right? They are the one who is like maybe more sheltered or more closed off in the connection as well. They think that it's their responsibility to take care of everyone and everything, which can lead to them not sleeping enough, not eating enough, taking on too much, overburdening themselves kind of thing, you know? They could also have like a little chip on their shoulder as well, is kind of what I'm getting. This person has a lot of like aggression, passion, energy to keep going. Like, how do you call it? They have like a lot of like, I guess, ambition and inspiration, right? They have a intense drive to win at any cost, you know? There's an energy coming through for this person. They can have like nice forearms. I'm pretty sure this is a forearm, right? I'm hearing this person's name could be Mark. They can have a lot of scars. Their name could be Kane too. Mark or Kane. Okay. But look at how they're just sitting there on this throne. Ten of Wands is not usually this kind of energy. So the fact that it's coming through in this particular reading for your person is definitely giving someone who's in demand and in control, okay? I'm hearing top of the food chain. What's that song that's coming through? Top of the hill, king of New York, a number one. These vagabond shoes are dying to stray. This person's going to be a bit of a traveler because I'm seeing how in some depictions of the Ten of Wands, especially in the, what was the name of the deck? The Lightseer's Tarot. The lady is going on a long journey and she's carrying a lot of stuff, right? This person could definitely be a traveler and they carry a lot of things with them. And I'm also seeing one of the cards in this deck as well. It's called the Bunker, and how they say that when Dean and Sam first got introduced to the bunker, Dean was very happy because it was the first time he ever got his own room, and he didn't have many things. They traveled light, but it was good to have a bed that remembered your shape and your own vinyl or whatever, you know? So having your own space, this person likes their space as well. They may not have much. They could be a little bit of a minimalist, but they like their, you know, their bed and stuff like that. Especially if they're working a lot. This person could work a lot. Like, if they're working a lot, of course their bed is going to be important to them. Like, I'm not surprised, but, you know, that's definitely coming through for your person. They could like blades. They could be good, handy with a knife or a blade as well. I'm hearing roller blading. This person could like roller blading or roller skating. They're very like macho, athletic type, your person. So they're into sports. They can be like really strong. I'm hearing a sleeper build. They can be like, they can look really skinny and frail, but as soon as they like, you know, flex, they have like muscles there. You know what I mean? They could look a little, not nerdy, but I'm hearing Quinickle on TikTok and how he's the first time I ever heard of the term sleeper build, and how when he's like just, you know, relaxed, his arm looks really skinny, but then when he like flexes, it's really buff. And I'm like, oh, look at that. Don't mind if I do. Let me stop. He's like the cutest little thing, but he has like a lot of swag, and like he has like a stare, you know, where it's like it gives sensuality to the camera. So your person could also be really sensual. And what I'm getting is sometimes when I'm reading for like 18 plus scenarios, the Ten of Wands represents someone having a lot of strength to lift somebody up and You know that move. The move when you're doing things with someone where if you're small enough, even if you ain't, if they strong enough, that's the saying right there. They said not if you big or small enough, if I'm strong enough, and most of the time they are, they can lift you up and kind of like move you onto them, if that makes sense. This person is a troublemaker. I'm gonna say they could be a little overly sexual. They carry a lot of testosterone. Okay. But I'm kind of getting that 10 of Wands when it comes through for me. The 18 plus reasons giving someone who can carry you and flip you and throw you, basically turn you every way but loose. Like when they ready for the switch positions, they picking you up and turning you in the position. You're kind of like, wait, can I move myself? They're like, no, I'm impatient. So this person could be impatient. Oh God. I wasn't expecting all of this. This is purely channeling, though, by the way, from what I'm getting from the two cards together. The Mark of Cain is definitely, it turns someone more violent and ruthless. So this person is very, very, very masculine. They're giving kind of Aries archetype, the god Aries, not the sign Aries. But I think the god Aries and the sign Aries are not that far off. Okay, so that is your person. We're gonna move on from them. I'm hearing not too much on me. They may not like the spotlight, but also they could, But it's definitely giving a strong, big, strong man vibes from this person. They don't have to be a man, but they could be strong. They could be athletic, right? That's coming through. They could be an Aries. It's giving Emperor. Like, do as I say, not as I do. This person could be like very dominant as well. But they want to tell you what to do. And like I said, they turn you everywhere but loose. They can't even let you get to the position yourself. They're doing it for you, okay? So very animalistic when it comes to 18 plus activities, okay? Now we're going to move on to you. You guys got the anti-possession symbol. So I think you may be the only person, just putting it out there right now before we get into the, reading from the book. You may be the only person that's like immune to their charms. Like everyone else kind of folds under the pressure they place on people, but you're like strong, You can withstand whatever sexy temptation vibes they're giving off, and that's something that they could like about you. Or it's just you're very also stubborn and pig-headed individual and will not be trampled or told what to do by this person here. So they're dominant, but so are you. Okay, I'm hearing when it comes to certain things. So you could be a little submissive in the bedroom, girl, sir. But when it comes to just in general, you're very I'm hearing you stand on business. That's funny. So before we even read from the book, let me get one more card from the deck I'm going to use for how you feel. See, that behaves. Your person don't behave is what I'm getting from how that deck was acting earlier. And I've done 3 readings with it already. 6 if you count the other reading that I did with it. Okay, can I get a card from my group? Force, please, Spirit. How can I describe them? Please, what card represents my group force? Thank you. I only needed 1. We have 5 of Swords. Yes. You are someone who's going to fight back, talk back, clap back, crash out if they crashing out too, kind of energy. You're not letting them get away with murder. And that's something that they like about you. So let's get into the symbol. Anti-possession symbol. Thankfully, it's in the front. So you're giving a little bit of a leader as well. So it says, resembling an endless knot-style pentagram surrounded by a sun, the anti-possession symbol was used to ward off demon possession. And your person is kind of giving on demon time, so that would make a lot of sense. You're the only person that can handle them. After Sam was possessed, Bobby gave charms with the symbol to both Sam and Dean, which they had tattooed on their chests. This symbol became a popular tattoo among the Supernatural book series fans. You could be someone who's tatted up, who has at least 1 tattoo or a few. You could be a Supernatural fan, or you have fans. Period. Okay, sorry. These fictional books had a cult following and detailed the actual events of the Winchesters' lives, starting with Mary, who had the symbol tattooed on her stomach. The family legacy carried on with Sam's son, who bore it on his forearm. The anti-possession symbol encourages you to embrace the power of connectedness. So look at that. You guys are connected in a strange, primal kind of way. Like I'm hearing opposites attract, but in your case, similar to attract. I'm also hearing congruent. Ew. So you guys fit together like a perfect piece of a perfect puzzle. Ugh, in a naughty way is what I'm getting. But, you know, either way, in like real life as well. You guys get along very well. You have the same thighs. You could be the same person, honestly, if you weren't two different people, you know? You have the same interests. You both like have tattoos, you know? I'm hearing like a little bit of a grungy style to some of you, right? Black. I'm hearing like chest hair for one or both of you. Well, obviously, I mean, if you're both men, of course. But it's giving like chest hair, wild, unruly hair, lumberjack kind of vibe. I don't really care how I'm dressed, kind of unruly. Yeah. Sorry. Yo! Like, wow, I just wiped the side of my mouth like I was drooling. Relax. Relax! But if your person is coming through as an Aries or the archetype of Aries, the god, he was like very much, oh man, BDE. And then the tarot emperor is Aries energy, and he's also that energy. Okay, let's move on. Sorry, we're focused on you. Your person is they're trying to infiltrate the reading, where you're just that same energy as them as well. Okay, sorry. Seek out like-minded groups and communities where you feel seen and valued. Humans are wired to seek connection and a sense of belonging, building empathy and seeking and fueling an innovation. Sorry. When you become part of something bigger, like the SPN fam, you improve your well-being and humanity. So even though you guys are coming through with like a stubborn mule and a boa, you guys bring out the humanity in each other. You get along really well. There's like a lot of chemistry here between you guys, okay? You and this person. So that's all that I'm getting. Oh, we haven't even gotten into the Five of Swords. Let's get into it. So it says you can't be right all the time. So you guys are giving the same vibes here. They want to be right all the time. You want to be right all the time. And you guys both can't always be right all of the time. It's like, get a grip, right? And it could lead to some passionate fights and passionate making ups, okay? So, but you are definitely someone who speaks your mind, okay? You always have a retort. You always have a rebuttal. You're giving kind of like the debater, the bratty one in the connection, if you will. They're giving the dom, you're giving the brat, where you challenge them and you just don't do what they say, okay? Ooh, child, y'all are funny. Anywho, that's the vibe coming through for you guys. You just don't fold. They have to make you fold, is what I just heard. Okay, guys, relax, okay? Let's have some decorum here. Please and thank you. A Five of Swords is also someone like very witty, I feel like. You have the banter on lock. So the conversations between you guys are great. And it's funny how I went from, I didn't really do this in the other readings, where I went from talking about your person to you to describing the connection together. But I'm getting that here. So that's how like well you guys meld together, okay? So we have that coming out. Now we're going to get into the how they feel. This deck better act right. Shoot. You have the Hierophant and the Magician coming out right in the middle. So this person is very, I don't know, I'm like magnetic. I'm hearing solamente, very like tempting. Look, it's acting up again. Wow. Group 4's person, please, Spirit, how do they feel about my group 4's? Or just how do they feel in general? I don't know what we're asking about here. How do they feel? We have the Hermit. Okay, we can move this card and put it back now. Now we're getting into how they feel. The Hermit. They're taking their time when it comes like reaching out to you. They could be in an ascension process right now, learning something new, and they have to be in like a little bit of a hermit mode. So they're not talking, or they don't plan on reaching out anytime soon, is what I'm hearing. They're just watching. There's the only thing, because in this card here, her eyes are open, but her mouth is covered, and that's not usually what happens in the Hermit card. So it's giving not saying anything but watching, okay? So this person is definitely watching you, even though they're like learning and doing something to make themselves better as a person, as a whole, as an individual. They may not be able to be as present as they would like, or as you would like, you know? Okay, group 4's person, please, Spirit, how are they feeling, please? We have the Fool. they're feeling out of their element, which is like what I was saying. They have to reach a new level of enlightenment in order to deal with you, because you're not falling for their tricks. You're not folding under their charm or their smile. They have to actually work for you, and that's not something they're used to. They're just used to people folding for them right off the bat, and you're not doing that. So it means that they have to come to a new level of being or living or interacting with the world in order to kind of get on the same level as you, is what I'm hearing. But there is an energy of you bringing out a new side to them, is how they're feeling. We have 2 major arcana, so you made a major impact on this person. Maybe they were someone who was always angry and fighting and, you know, working, to someone who doesn't want to work as much and doesn't want to fight as much, and someone who wants to kind of like, you know, fold, you know. This person, you bring out like a soft side in them. They're usually like very competitive. They want to be the best of the best, and now when they're with you, they're not really worried about the things they're used to being worried about, or usually worried about. So it's kind of even like a carefree nature, which is like the Fool, right? It's excitement, something new coming in. So you're representing something new and shiny, the new shiny toy in their life. And it's going to take some extra learning, healing, growing for them to be able to like handle you or deserve you, something like that. What else is coming through for my group? We have the Tower, yeah. Some kind of destruction. And then we have all major arcana so far. That's crazy. And then what is this? The Emperor! Didn't I mention? Didn't I say? The Emperor many a time. So this person's very much in their masculine. You could be trying to, not trying to, they could be trying to be more on their feminine, you know, for you. But wow, we have 4 major arcana coming out for you, your person. Okay. And I love how we usually have like a lamp, but it's like kind of boring, kind of demure, kind of cutesy to light up the way. Here we have a flame. They're striking a match to light up the flame. They're bringing their fire. They're not letting it go or leaving it in the past. They're bringing it with them, okay? But they're still on this journey to become better. And it's something you kind of sparked in them, honestly. Virgo energy coming through with the Hermit. The Fool energy is Aries energy again. And so is the freaking Emperor. And the Tower energy is Pluto. So they are going through a big transformation. Look at how everything is like blown to smithereens. It's kind of giving me, I'm hearing, what's her name? From The Incredibles, Elastigirl. And it's also kind of even Violet, if we're being honest. Violet from here. And I think her superpower is being invisible. So this person may disappear from your life for a bit, or they have already, because they're trying to become someone different. You know, when you're going through a transformation, it's not always pretty. And you don't want everyone to see it. So you're like hiding a little bit. Sorry, let me keep the cards here until we're done with your person and how they feel. Like, these cards are so pretty, but I just wish, you know, they weren't just all her. I need more symbolism in the cards. But we have Emperor. This is the only bright energy coming through. We have like a lot of darker vibes in the reading so far. And the Emperor is the only one that's giving like light. So the Emperor is a very self-assured, confident, in control person. They have set out to achieve something. They're not stopping until they have. They have all of these things to rule over, which is that 10 of Wands coming through again. A very responsible, very busy person. And they don't really have much time. But even when they are working and, you know, dominating their field, or or like closing all these business dealings, they're still kind of like thinking about you in the back of their head, you know? So even if you guys aren't with each other right now or in a connection at all, I'm not getting separation, because this may not be long enough to have, you know, to call for separation. You met them, kind of thrust them into this, you know, ooh. Is it still, what did I do? I'm sorry, I don't know what I did. I just saw 2444, by the way, but like you met them and literally like things paused for a minute and then came back on. It's kind of like, wait, now I have a complete new vision on life. Exactly. Wow, that's crazy. I don't even know what I did. I don't want to do it again. But I kind of like hit the phone, like blinked, and then came back out. So it kind of went away for a little bit, and then it came back into focus, I guess you could say. And that's kind of like how it was with you. They blinked and they became different, and like things changed, and they started seeing life in the world differently. And now they're trying to, fully be comfortable in the hermit energy when they're so used to being in the emperor energy, right? But they're definitely in the underworld going through that change, right? And the Tower card is like uncomfortable change, things being torn apart, like demolition derby. I just heard, that's funny. This person could be from Kentucky. The Kentucky Derby came through because I heard Derby. But like you're completely demolishing what was there before and building it anew. And that's an uncomfortable position to be in, for this person. So that's coming through for your person. What else can we get? Just straight Mitral Arcana. Yeah, major changes with this person. Like I said, you met them and like this new beginning sparked, and now they kind of have to get out of the, not danger zone, they have to get out of the, they just still touch and go, right? They can blow up at any second. They're not fully settled. They're still a little volatile. Like, all their nerve endings are exposed, and it's too hurtful and painful to be in a connection right now with you, especially. So they have to wait for the skin to grow over the scab, for it to scab over a little bit, for it to be harder. And then they can, give you another go. So maybe you kind of tore them to pieces. Some words could have been exchanged because you are coming through as a 5 of Swords. What do y'all said to them? Y'all rude. Are we taking these? I guess so. Let me get one more card though to make it even. How is their person feeling? Wow, that was actually one card. These cards are quite obedient. Interesting. I'm not getting an obedient vibe from any of these people in the reading, but the cards really acting right. Appreciate you. Okay, so what else came out? I'm hearing maturing and growing up. Your person could be maturing and growing up. Okay, we're gonna move these up. This person's like, yeah, it was funny how I was mentioning wearing all black or just black coming through in general, and all of these people are wearing like black. But this Tower energy is definitely giving like Elastigirl, or, what's her name? Violet, the daughter from Incredibles. For how they're feeling. Look at all this Major Arcana. Oh, Lord the Father. We have the Chariot coming through. We have the 7 of Cups. And we have, what is this? 3 of Pentacles. We have 3 of Pentacles. This card is so cute. This card is so cute. We have the 9 of Swords, so overthinking. Yeah, this person's constantly thinking about you. There's something here about being riddled with anxiety as well. That's the 9 of Swords energy, right? You're just like a one open nerve. Any little thing is just like bothering you, right? Then we have the Chariot. Okay, so there is movement. They are moving and they are healing and they are growing. That's one thing you should not be worried about. They are growing to become a better person. Okay, to be worthy of you, to get back in union with you, or to continue pursuing you, whatever the case may be for all of you. And then here we have 7 of Cups, which gave me another reading how you're the only person that stands out in the room, because she's the only person of color while everyone else is in black and white, and he's just like staring at her and saw all the other people in the room. So it's giving out of this world, apart from the rest, a cut above the rest kind of energy. And I think they realize they have to be that person that can deserve you, I'm not really getting like a very drastic kind of way, but it's like, okay, if I want this person, I want to level up, You didn't tell them so in any kind of way. You didn't make them feel less than or undeserving of your love. But it's like, hey, I want to level up to be able to get this person. They deserve more of me. They deserve the better version of me, And some women people just inspire that in other people, okay? So we have the 7 of Cups here. But with the 3 of Pentacles, there's something here about working with you, working with other people. Maybe they're very busy at work. They have a lot of projects, because 3 of Pentacles does give me work projects, okay? So how they're feeling right now, they're doing a lot of work projects, but they're still thinking about you, okay? They're growing, but they're still thinking about you, okay? They could be traveling as well, because the Fool is like a traveling energy. It's also a leap of faith, jumping in with your eyes closed, your clothes on. You're jumping into the water with all your clothes on and figuring out what comes next, You're closing your eyes and jumping from the cliff and not knowing where it's going to take you. But it's a fun adventure. You're excited to be there. You're happy to be there. You're not complaining, Okay, so they're thinking a lot. And the 7 of Cups is a very thoughtful energy as well. Thinking a lot about something. They could be like, this is like definitely giving peak 4th of July vibes. And the Chariot is also like a more masculine, I'm going to get it while it's hot, money making, chasing, strategic, I'm at war energy as well, okay? I'm hearing business trips as well. So that can be something this person's always doing. But it's giving belle of the ball, honestly. That's the best way to just sum up this card here. But it's so beautiful. I kind of want you guys to keep seeing it. Nine of Swords could move somewhere with herself. I like the Seven of Cups. So, to put it in layman terms, this person is leveling up, working, busy, planning something, and like plotting their next move towards you. And keeping it to themselves and close to their chest, because we have the Hermit card, the first card coming out for your person. But it doesn't mean they're not living life along the way. That's the good thing with this person. They're not stopping and like, oh my gosh, my life is over because I can't be with this person. I think this self-elevation was like self-started. Right? That makes sense, right? I guess. Okay, so let's move on to how you're feeling. What's at the bottom of the deck? I heard you look at the bottom of the deck for your person. We have the Four of Swords. They're just taking a break. They're going to be back. They're just taking a little breaky break. They said, I'm going to be back. I'm plotting right now. Because at the bottom of that, we have the Magician. So they're making things happen behind the scenes, honestly. And then under that, we have the Six of Wands. So yeah, they're accumulating success, plotting. I'm hearing, so once they come get you, they're not going to let you go. Heard you. I need you to show that group force person. Don't you all talk right now. But with all these action cards coming through, they are about that action as well. Okay, group 4. How are my group 4s feeling about this person? How are my group 4s feeling about this person? Please, Spirit, how are my group 4s feeling about this person? How are my group 4s feeling about this person, please? Your closed mouth. Your cards don't want to come out. You said I'm here for how they feel, not me. No. We're getting both. I want both sides of the story. We have Queen of Wands. Yeah, this person puts you in your feminine, but it doesn't take away your power in any way. They put you in your powerful feminine energy. It's like, oh, this is the baddest to be around. Like, period. Okay. This person like puts you in your true divine feminine energy, right? And I do believe, like I said, without taking away your power at all. Because if you were to get the Empress, she's more, she's more passive, I can say, as opposed to the Emperor's aggressive, She's more passive, yeah, whatever comes my way, I'm cool, I'm just chilling. The Queen of Wands is the baddest bee at the function. She can still go and get and achieve and be successful and not be told that she's too much, she's too strong, she's too intimidating, she's too successful. No, this person saw your success and I'm going to raise you one, right? I'm going to show you, I'm going to come back and be better. Instead of saying you're too much, you're too successful, I feel intimidated. This Emperor said, no, I'm going to get on your level. Oh, I'm going to get beyond your level because we haven't got the Empress yet, right? She can still come out though. We're just moving these over to make space for your feelings and how you're feeling, okay? And look, this person's going to make space for how you feel. We love that. Or they do hold space for how you feel. You could tell them today, I hate that you're staying away because I watched a tarot reading and the reader said that you're staying away to become better. Yeah, I am. And you can tell them why I hate that. And I'm like, okay, that's nice, but I'm still doing it though, right? Yo, this person needs one slump up their head. What they mean? And I'm still do it though. Wow, that flew out. We have the Eight of Wands. So you're out here doing things too. You're still making moves. You're still becoming successful. And I love that for you, okay? You guys are both giving very much go-getters, achievers, overachievers, if you will. It is getting dark outside. How? Ooh, Jesus Christ. If you could see the way the cards flew out, you have a lot to say now. Now that we've greased the wheels. Oh, God. Okay, let's put this back, though. We're going to get more energy. So we have the Five of Cups, and I put this back and it flew right back out. Five of Cups is an energy of being like sad. So you don't like that they're doing this, right? You still know they're going to come back and you still know there's potential because here she's crying over 3 cups. But And behind her or to the side of her, there's 2 cups. So the 2 of cups is still there. The connection is still strong. And you could probably still feel them on the other side over there tinkering and doing things away. But you're kind of like, I don't like this. I kind of want you now. Like, I don't really, I'm not going to ask for all this. But they're still doing it. It's so annoying. Like, why can't I catch a break, guys? Like, all these readings here is about not now. Like, stop. Oh, like pissing me off. This is why I hated doing love readings. Now it's coming back. Because it's always about separation. It's always about somebody not act right. It can never be this person gonna come. They're gonna wine and dine you. They're gonna take you out on dates. They're gonna show up. It's always about they want to, but like, shut up. I just do. Gosh, I'm fed up for you. We have King of Cups, okay, but you're sitting pretty. You're not letting it bother you. You're coming off as unruffled, guys. The King of Cups, unlike me, who's getting upset. But the King of Cups could be upset under the surface but not be showing it, right? So you're staying composed. You're staying unbothered is what's coming through here. Your emotions are still intact, right? These readings just piss me off. I'm like, let me do one more reading. Maybe it'll go better than the other readings. It's saying the same thing. Like, this person has every intention of coming back, right? And you know that with the 5 of Cups, because you still have these 2 of Cups here perfectly intact. And the 3 of Cups is kind of like the flirty banter, the back and forth, the talking, the dating, whatever you want to call it. It's like, it's gone. You know what I mean? But it says spill tea isn't the end of the world, right? This person spilled a little bit of tea. They went away for a little bit. But they're coming back. Like, I'm hearing, I did the mom thing, I did the wife thing, but I'm back. Like, I'm hearing the Nicki Minaj, Here we have the King of Cups, and it says, always compose yourself before giving a response. So you're coming off unruffled and unbothered. Okay, I love that for y'all. Now we have the King of Wands coming through for you. Yeah, we have a lot of kings. We have the 9 of Cups, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. How you're feeling? Interesting. Maybe you like that this person's putting in the effort to become better, or maybe this person's just putting in the effort, period, right? But the Hermit energy was kind of giving me they're keeping their cards close to their chest. This person could be pursuing you guys, could be dating, right? And I'm just getting the energy wrong. But it's kind of like work is a thing here, but working together with you is also a thing, right? They love that these things are new and fresh and exciting. But there's also an energy of them like still wanting to become better, or maybe doing more to impress you even more. They're going all out. But the Tower and the Hermit do give me an energy of like going into like a little bit of a pause to get themselves together, to become worthy. I'm sitting here picking up all the cards and you can see it. That's why I need to find a better solution for all this, because the cards, you can't see all of them, okay? But anyway, back to you. I keep going back to them. It's not about them, okay? It's about you guys now. It's kind of like, yeah, you're a little sad. Like, yeah, I know it's the end of the world, but it would be nice if I could talk to them right now instead of like having to watch a tarot reading about how they're feeling, As simple as that. Let's move this up a little more. It's a little too bright. Okay. But Queen of Wands and then King of Wands. Wow. Another group had this on their side as well. So this could be like a mirroring energy here. We have the Queen of Wands. Replace your self-doubt with self-confidence. And then we have the King of Wands. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough. Okay, you need to move. You're disturbing the reading. Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. I've never stayed here this late, but hopefully no one finds out. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, this person, you're still in your beautiful energy. You're still out there getting cute, getting dressed up, going outside on the town, And it's not really bothering you any, but there is an energy of like, oh, not again, Why can't things ever just be how I want them to be? Why can't they just ever be smooth sailing instead of me having the, oh, they're doing this and they're doing that? Like, nobody wants to hear that all the time. But 9 of Cups is giving, live in a constant state of gratitude. You're still just, doing your own thing, I feel like, with this person or with this situation. You're still doing your own thing. Let's move them completely over, because I feel like we need to make space for your emotions and how you're feeling, okay? Thank you. And then we have 8 of Wands. Did I go over this? No. It says light a fire underneath your cauldron and go. Yeah, so you're just getting more successful, more beautiful, focusing on yourself. We have a lot of Wands coming through and Cups. So Wands and Cups is like happy, living your life, becoming better, becoming cuter, becoming finer, right? And just like teasing this person from afar is the vibe that's coming through for you guys. Eight of Wands is like still working, still exercising, still vacationing. Like they're not changing your routine at all, but there's like a sense of like, oh, I mean, I wish I could be doing this with them, you know, every once in a while. Okay. But Nine of Cups is, you know, this person is like your wish fulfillment. So maybe you're kind of like, okay, whenever it comes, it comes. I'm not going to sit here and stress it at all. Like, I wonder if I completely move this. So maybe it's better without the light. I just wanted to make it a little more light so you guys can see. But it's like being more of a hindrance, okay? But the King of Wands is like, yeah, maybe this person's like too bright or something like that. I'm like, 'cause the light is like getting annoying now, okay? Maybe this person's like too much and they have to go and become like a little less. I don't know. Now I'm just grappling for feathers, okay? But here we have Queen of Pentacles. So you're very secure where you are right now in your life. You're not really putting much stress on it. You're still making money, working, getting cuter, getting finer, right? The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands are going out having fun. You still have admirers. You still have people who are pursuing you. But there's something about this person that's a hold on you because they're giving Nine of Cups. That's your wish right there. Your perfect person, right? And it's kind of like, do I wait? No, heck no. But am I in the back of my mind thinking, I wish we could be together right now and I could be talking to you more and da 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 da. Yeah, of course, but you're not chasing because you're maybe a little bit. I don't know because you have the King of Wands coming through, but we have more feminine energies coming through than just that. Okay, so you're still the prize. You're still very much in that energy of I'm the prize, right? But this one card coming out, the Five of Cups, like, I wish I could just be doing this, but if I can't, I'm gonna keep living life. There's always gonna be more people. If I can't have them right now, I'm gonna have somebody else, right? I'm gonna manifest somebody else. But money's a big thing. There's no need to sacrifice. You can have it all. Period. Exactly. If they're not acting right, I'm gonna go find it somewhere else. Literally. Okay. So let us move on to this deck over here so I can get up out of here. What time is it? I was going to go try to catch a movie. I can make it. Gonna go catch a movie after this. Little treat to myself. Okay. What else do we need to know about this connection, please? Give us all the tea, please, Spirit. Like, I'm trying to move my hand so I'm not casting a shadow. I think maybe on your side, you're a little bit of a mess because we have all the cards looking like a mess. I had it looking way cuter for them. Here we have no, it's not the right time. Yeah, we know. Don't piss me off, Spirit. Don't do it. We already established this. Don't piss me off. Okay, so you're just sitting pretty, right? Getting better, finer, right? You're getting finer all the time, and they're just over there doing what they're doing. So, like, you know, when you come back, you haven't paused waiting for them. You're still living your life. That looks much better to me because it was looking a little crazy. I'm like, no, we're going to fix this. Get it together real quick. This person excites you, though. The Eight of Wands is a very exciting energy. The Queen of Wands is a very sexy energy. So is the King of Wands. So you're, like I said, this person, how do you feel about them? They make you feel sexy because they're sexy. They make you feel pursued and wanted whenever you're with them, whenever you're around them, right? They make you feel very emotionally content, okay? You're always composing yourself. You don't feel like you have to pop off and be this Five of Swords energy that was coming out for you in the beginning, right? You feel understood by this person, right? The way they're always busy working, so are you. So it's kind of like, I'm busy, you're busy. I guess we'll see each other when we can, you know? I wish we could see each other more, but we can't, you know? And the King of Wands says, shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. So you're still very much in a leadership, very magnetic, sexy vibe to this person. So if they know what's good for them, they're going to come back around. If you're in separation or whatever this connection is right now, whatever it's doing, they're going to find their way back to you when they're ready. And hopefully you're still single when they do. And that's it. Okay? Shoot. Like, I feel like all the good cards are over here hiding. No need to hide. Come to mama. Nine of Cups. Living in a constant state of gratitude. Like, this is all about having it all. The Nine of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So we have no, now it's not the right time. We've come to that conclusion already, Spirit. Thank you. Anything else we need to know? Anything else we need to know? We have honeymoon. Interesting. It says honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. So right now you're in the honeymoon phase. Or you will be soon. Okay? The next card we have is manifest. You're manifesting each other. I promise you that at least. At least you have a little bit of confirmation, okay? We have tell the universe exactly what you want, right? If it's this person, if it's somebody else, if you want them to hurry up, whatever. It must be. They're manifesting you. You're manifesting them, though. And here we have challenges, but there will be some challenges. Make a decision and work on inner healing. So while they're gone, maybe work on inner healing, okay? Maybe you still have some healing to go, and so do they. The way you guys were mirroring each other in the beginning of the reading, maybe you still have some more healing to go, and that's what you're going to be doing over here. Or maybe what you should be doing, because we didn't really get many healing cards. We just got a Five of Cups, feeling sad, disappointed, right? And then we had other cards of still being you, still doing you. So what else do we need to know about this connection, please, Spirit? We have Liar. Is that what came out or no? I don't think that's the card that flips out. Oh, that's too many, though. We have Move On. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, it's over. Anything else coming through? And I think you've established that. And here we have Let Go. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you. Oh, I hate that when the readings end this way. I'm like, no happily ever after. That would be nice. Shoot. I've been here 46 minutes just for y'all to say they're not going to end up together. Rude. Some of you need to move on and you'll find somebody else. Some of you, this person will come back around. But they're very much in their head. We have balance. Yeah, you guys are mirroring each other in a crazy way. So however you're feeling, they're probably feeling as well. We have direction. They're definitely more focused on like moving forward in their life. So you can see the cards before the reading's over. Group 4, please, Spirit. Any other messages? But they did say now it's not the right time and be clear about what you want with manifest. Here we have Soar. So with direction and Soar, this person is like very dead set on a specific thing in their life. And love may not be in the forecast. Here we have gifts. This person can want to buy you gifts or they want to be able to afford to buy you gifts one day. Like, I feel like it's so disappointing when you like someone, the connection's there, but Spirit is like, let go, move on. Like, no. Bring my man and bring my gifts. Oh boy, but I mean, I guess if they have you waiting around, it's not good either, so I suppose. But this person will want to bring you gifts. But always make sure to take what resonates for you. If that doesn't feel right, moving on and letting go doesn't feel right, then don't, okay? Do it when you're ready. Here we have exposed. You do make this person feel exposed. And I do believe they make you feel exposed as well. And that's a good thing because it breeds, like, growth. Breeding. They want to breed you. Excuse me. Here we have nature. So the connection between you guys is very natural, is what I'm getting as well, which I think is like something that kept coming through. Very natural. It's so natural. I don't know the name of that song, but it's coming through. It's so natural. Oh, natural. That's funny. It came through. By the Driver era, it's Ross Lynch from Disney Channel. He used to be an R5 with his siblings, and now he's in like the Driver era with one of his older brothers. But she's so natural. It's a cute song. I'll give it a listen if I were you. And the last one here we have is warning. We have a warning. Okay, so Spirit said what they said. It's a warning. Expose. It's like giving very predatory vibe. This person could like be preying, predatory on you. Is it praying? I do believe it's praying. Sorry. This person could be preying on you from afar, right? But there's like a warning. This person should come with the warning label, I would say as well. They should. They definitely should. Okay? But I'm going to leave you reading right here. I hope it resonated. If it did, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. And also if you want to get any of these bracelets or you like bracelets, you like gemstones, whatever you want to call it, and you want to go look on artistspirit.com, just know you have a link that you can get 20% off with. Or just use the code SHA20. Okay? But yeah. I hope it resonated. If it did, like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Stay safe out there.